These stickers off. Stays around, stays in our vote.
All right, what up, people? We live. This is episode 32, I believe, of the Heroes No Capes podcast. Ego is up in here. Let me add him.
What up,
Uh,
people?
yeah, people, episode number 32. I am the Abomination, known as AJ. Appreciate y'all. Glad y'all up in here. And I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Left Eye Ego. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, guys. Y'all got Left Eye Ego. I'm ready for another show. Let's get it, guys.
All right, that's us. This wouldn't really be a show without the audience, without the people here listening to us. Like I said, it'd just be two dudes screaming into the ether. A little bit of my furriness came out.
Weirdo.
uh, so that's us. Let's get to the chat. Let's see who up in here. And some real supporters, man. Some good dudes. Dempsey, fire and ice. What they mean, bro? Two opposing forces of nature. That whatever it means. But I'm glad you up in here talking about it, spreading that love, bro. Saturday morning hype is real.
Word.
John A. Douglas, good morning, Shadaloo. John, is that a reference to Street Fighter? Is that what that is, bro? Let me know. And Bison. C4C, what up, bro? Hey, Ego, C4C, you said he helped you with like a intro on one of your videos, the sports video?
Oh yeah, it was awesome, man. I got to contact him again because I need another one pretty soon.
Okay, all right. C4C, yeah, man. I don't know all about that stuff. So I'm gonna have to hit him up as well and see what we can work on and get made. But glad you up in here. Whoop! With that whoop, Dempsey. Good morning, you all. Hope that the day finds you well. Hey, bro, we in here. We in good health for the most part. We got our, our minds, our bodies. We on the stream right now, ready to talk some geek stuff, some
Let's
geek
get it.
culture, some good and some bad, and the ugly. Shout out to Ego for his videos he been putting out. Um, Canoli Sasquatch, my supernatural homie. What up, bro? He said, let's do this. I mean, I'm glad y'all here on this mission. We can't do it alone.
Hey, bro, I think they said your mic is low.
God damn, people, I'm sorry. That shit, it happens. It happens. Let me fix that.
I was wondering. It sounds like more mono than stereo right now.
My bad.
There we go.
My mic always go to my headphones instead of the snowball. I hope y'all heard all that fucking shit I'm just saying. But yeah, what up, Canoli Sasquatch? I said my supernatural homie. Yeah, Dempsey, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty. Look, man, I know a little sports talk. I did. I kind of fucked up in the beginning, but it's all right. What up, chat? What up, Mike? What up, Mike? Mike, I'm glad you're here, bro. You be on the up and up. You be knowing what's going on. We're going to get into some Wakanda Forever talk. Mike, let me know if you seen it. Chat, if y'all seen it, hey, man, let us know because we're going to talk about it. And
Indeed.
I don't give a shit about spoilers. Anything coming from Disney, Marvel, pretty much the mainstream is going to be garbage. That's not black pill. That's just understanding that the properties that we love are not in the hands of people who care about them the way that we do. That is all. But from the ashes, we will rise. We're going to come up independent creators, all that good stuff that's happening. So, no, ain't no black pill over here. It's just understand the reality. Two Dudes Ether Screaming is a hell of a name for a podcast, though. Hey, somebody make it happen. Somebody make it happen. AJ's better now. Barely him at first. Yeah, I watched Street Fighter with my son for the first time this week. Oh snap, he loved it. Said it feels like a Mel Brooks parody of an action film. Are you talking about the movies? Because if you're talking about the watching the animated movies, those are dope. Let's go. What up, drunk?
Hey.
Welcome to the Rebellion, bro. I promise you, I had this shirt on before I saw the tweet. Y'all, get your Welcome to the Rebellion shirt. Nice fit. You know what I'm saying? Nice quality. It got a tag on the back. I think people doing no tags right now, so that's probably something to think about. But I'm like, look at that fit. I've been working out, but it just lets you, you get a good eye, you get an idea of like the fit of the shirt. So,
Word.
Buy your sizes accordingly. This is I think it's a medium, and I'm not really a big dude, but that's all. Rip it off. Fuck no. I'm not trying to spend the money on another one so soon, bro. I can't do it. I gotta wait till I wash all of the color out of this one and start fading. Then I'll do some dumb shit like that.
Oh man.
What up, drunk? What up? Okay, going back to Mike. Mike says, I thought one of my white allies would buy me a ticket, but it didn't happen. Damn, you got to get some better white friends, bro.
Right.
Get them white friends that's gonna put their bodies out there for you, gonna protect you in the movie theater. Dims, I was told not to watch it. I'm glad now that I heard the reviews. That's what I'm saying, bro. I just responded to somebody like, hey, these black folk tell y'all not to watch it. That's a blessing in disguise.
Agreed.
Nice to see you in here, Jay. Yep, Jay. All love. The lovely Sherry. How you doing? Miss Lovely. We have a woman here. We got to act accordingly. All right, like we got some decorum about ourselves, gentlemen.
Just a little bit.
Oh, he said rip off the tag. Okay.
Yeah. That's why you said about the tag and he said rip it. And I was trying to let you know he's saying rip off the tag, bro.
Oh. All right, well, yeah, I ripped it off. Good shirt though. Besides that, that was just me. Some people like tags. I don't know, whatever. Papa Cotton Raid. Hey. Snow Dub coming with the raid. The puppet people showing out. The felt folks. I fucks with them,
folks. Let's go.
I love those dudes. It wasn't exactly Snow Dub. It was Floral from Under the Rock, him and Punk Water. But that was the first stream I was ever on. So look, my own fleshies couldn't even come through for me. Say, AJ, get on the stream. It had to be the puppet people, man. So they got a special place in my furry heart. I ain't a furry people. It's funny. The tag, bro. Look, y'all for me. Look, when I don't be seeing the chat, y'all just be going off on me. And as I'm talking, and then once I go to the comments, then I'm like, damn, y'all just been shitting on me all this time. Just let me just. You try, bro.
I do try. I really try, man. I really, really do.
War Monkey with the snow ray. What up, man? Glad y'all up in here. Drunk said, I bought you a ticket, Mike, but you didn't show up. Them bad knees, bro. You got to get the Mike. You need one of the little rolling things, the little carts.
Roll up in there, man.
Drunk, you got to wheel him in there as well. You got to buy the ticket. You got to put the man in the seat and wheel him in there. Get his snacks. All right, so War Monkey. I'm a white guy always looking for more black friends that I can brag to other white folks about having black friends, and they'll think I'm cool. Hey, we the coolest of the black folks. So
collect all the Negro stones.
Yeah, we're gonna let you know. Collect real Negroes though. Not no shields, not ones that's if you say something they don't like, then shame on you. We hate you, white man, oppressor, colonizer, Black Panther. They made that hot. I knew there was a true ally somewhere in the universe. Yeah, man, drunk is good peoples, man.
Very good people.
All right. Comments fading out. So we're gonna let me get through these last two, and then we got our topics, y'all. We got our topics. Rip chat with Bozeman. Yes, sir. He was a damn good man and perfect for the role, but Black Panther 2 gonna have some folks fooled by getting them emotional about his death and using that fog to make them think it's good. Yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've understood from like reviews and all that type of whatnot. The things that you feel from the movie is because of real world events. It's not necessarily because of the movie. I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. Media is a powerful tool, and you can make people think that they feel things and see things that aren't there or whatnot. But y'all know what I mean. I still don't understand why they didn't just recast him. I'm gonna go into it once we start shitting on this movie,
Agreed.
because real quick, I'm just going to say that you could have got away with the whole multiverse thing, which I don't want to spoil anything for my video coming out, but I gotta start looking at the camera more. But yeah, you could have easily gotten away with. We talked about this ego. Instead of giving that whole Quantumania thing to Ant-Man's daughter, since we've already introduced Shuri as somebody smart,
Agreed.
she could
Agreed.
have found that, and then T'Challa was like, "All right, sis, I see you. Let me go and figure out what's going on with this whole multiverse thing." And then you have him report to the rest of the Illuminati, or he come and he approaches the rest of the minds, the big minds in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then that's how you introduce your Illuminati. That's how you get T'Challa away for a while. You could have did it all in a CGI suit, didn't need Chadwick Boseman's face, and recast him. Bring him back later. He's like, "Hey y'all, this is what I done found. What's up? What's up?"
I was gonna say you actually didn't even need to do a CGI scene. All you had to do is put someone in the suit into the camera from behind him, and then show the table where the Illuminati are.
Yeah.
Or you could actually show, or just outlines of people saying, "Hey, welcome to the Illuminati," and he walks in, and takes a seat, and he takes the helmet off and puts it down, and you see it's the Black Panther helmet. You just don't know who's under the helmet until they recast them for the next movie.
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna get to it, but Shuri made multiple suits. So I saw something about a synthetic herb or whatever. Look, it's gonna be spoilers. I told you I don't care. Y'all kind of we can predict what's happening with this, and they're not even thinking this stuff through. So I think we're adding more lore and stuff that makes sense than the actual people who are actually using these things. But there was no need for an herb. Shuri could simply be in the suit. The suit provides a lot of powers, so to speak. So yeah, you could have just done that while he's off handling other stuff. But anyway, Mr. Tickle Trump, he come with the horns. Y'all don't really know too much about this. I played Guitar Hero back in the day. I'm not a
Oh my god. You're ridiculous.
He laughing at War Monkey. Canola Sasquatch. Nothing Disney does these days makes sense. It don't. And they know consumers ain't gonna ask. AJ, I gotta show you how to add a Streamlab link so you can start getting super chats. Now, please, drunk, please do.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying. Please do. I did say on Twitter, like I'm trying to figure out how to add more value to my channel, to this show, so that people, like I said, you get a certain feeling when you come here. Hold on, what y'all think about the Kanye interview? I have not seen the Kanye interview.
That's gonna have to be a separate discussion. I mean,
yeah,
I'll have to rewatch it and then I have a separate discussion on it. But because it'll tie into Kyrie Irving too, so that's gonna require like its own separate stream. And I'm not even sure we'll be able to do that live without it.
Yeah, that's
some kind of heat. So
yeah, we try to have our thoughts and comments and topics together already. So we might get derailed by some comments, bro. But you going into some deep stuff with that.
That'll be that's another stream right there.
Yeah, and I don't even fully understand. I don't really listen to that stuff in depth. I just none. Not even using the multiverse thing, just a straight up recast. It happens all the time. What was so sacred about him that they needed to kill his character instead of keeping an awesome character? Yeah, we're gonna shit on it in a minute. Marvel's not smart enough to do that. Agreed. Hail the Lord. Hey, my man, you need to get up on Twitter. Snow Dub. Yes, the Snow Dub raid worked. And Snow Dub said, I don't be talking to the chat enough. Snow Dub, if you would have been actually listening when I was talking to the chat like you instructed, you would have heard me say, Snow Dub, appreciate the raid, appreciate the Felton folk, the Cotton Connection, all that stuff. So yeah, man, appreciate the support. But yeah, you made that happen. You made that happen. All right, y'all. Everybody just saying what's up, community, all that good stuff. All right, first topic. Right. The title of this video: Wars, Wick, and Wakanda Forever. Gears of War got some news coming out. Ego, we talked about this, and something positive came from it after me reading more about this from our conversation. But let's go ahead and get to that.
To do it.
I'm getting there, people. I'm getting there.
I ain't the only one with problems trying to open up
Ho ho.
separate
I,
windows.
I ain't had no problems, sir. I ain't had no problems. We here. No issues. Small delay. Variety. Gears of War movie and animated series coming to Netflix. Yeah, people, the topics are there. Gears of War, John Wick, that's Ego's thing. I don't know too much about John Wick, so we're gonna talk something about that, and then we're gonna say the Wakanda forever for the end, because we're passionate about the comic book stuff, the handling of these characters, and then we can really get the chat going in on what y'all's knowledge, what y'all's thoughts, whoever seen the movie, all that good stuff. So yeah. But as far as the Gears of War, Gears of War, one of the most popular Xbox video game series of all time, is expanding to Netflix. Netflix is making a feature film adaptation followed by an adult animation series based on a sci-fi shooter franchise, the company announced Monday. The streamer also notes there is potential for more stories to follow. Now, real quick, I think the feature film adaptation followed by, okay, so I think the film will be live action, if I'm not mistaken, but the series coming after will be animation, adult animation. And I was telling you, Ego, that I think these companies are failing with this whole live action mess as opposed to just giving us adult animation. I think that's an art form, a form of media that's not respected and really not being pushed to where it could, because you don't have all the restrictions and hangups that you have with live action stuff. So I'm not saying it's good, but the fact that they're actually going to make it animation for the series, that's dope to me. Not saying it's going to be good. I'm saying that approach is better because the Resident Evil movies off the top of my head that were on Netflix, and even the ones that didn't come to Netflix, but those were great. So yeah, I think that's a step in the right direction. You got thoughts on that before I keep going?
No, I mean, I think that when you get these executives and these producers coming in, I think that their process is animation is kind of like something for a failed artist. You know what I mean? Someone that couldn't paint a Van Gogh or a Monet or a Manet takes up to animation because he can't reach those levels. And so for them, they're like, why would I produce or have my name attached to second-rate art? You know what I mean? Whereas people that actually watch it, we love animation. I mean, I know we didn't get a chance to talk to it, but R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. He was the voice of Batman for a lot of us for over 3 decades. And he voiced Batman for almost 400 episodes and across several movies. When you have an iconic voice and it fits the mold of animation, we don't mind going back to that place of our childhood as adults. Do you get what I mean? Like, I was so upset that I haven't heard that Blood of Zeus, which was a Greek anime that didn't get picked up for season 2, and I wanted to watch Seis Manos. It was about a Chinese monk. What should we call it? He was trying to train warriors in Mexico. And so you get these really great stories. You have voice actors that may not translate on the big screen well, but they've got a talent for that animation field. And so I think that, with a lot of these movies failing to launch, or these series that are failing to launch that are live action, I think they're looking back at what works and says the demographic that's in our age group is saying, hey, we don't mind animation at all. We actually would welcome it because if it, depending on how good it is, we can actually watch that with our kids. And that's a bridge from generation to generation. You can keep that going.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was long-winded, but
no, you good. But with that, and you talking about the Kevin Conroy thing, like I wasn't attached to Batman like a lot of people, like a lot of DC dudes. Now, I admit that the series was great. I compare every Batman movie to that series. That was the definitive version of Batman to me. But just seeing like the rest in peace to him and seeing the love that fans had for him, a voice because he played the voice of a character in an animation is beautiful. Even though I'm not super involved in every fandom, I love to see those people enjoying their shit. You love to see that passion, and seeing, storytelling that's been the form of receiving information and passing on information since day one of humans, and it's just been kind of translated into different mediums. So to see that still going, and Yeah, man, just to see the passion that it invokes in people is,
Oh yeah.
hey, why is animation not respected more?
Right.
Because the audience is there. Like you were saying, that's the bridge for adults and kids, to kind of just watch something. The kids think they're watching a cartoon. Adults is
Right.
like, dang, you animated that. And then the kids get to
Right.
grow up and go back to that show and be like, wow, I missed so
That.
many
Yeah.
layers of this show.
Right. Right.
And that kind of brings me back to that Bob Chapek interview where he was like, adults don't really go back to Disney Plus or like watch animation once the kids gone to sleep. I'm just like, bro, y'all folks so out of touch with what's really going on. I can see why y'all broke now and doing all this dumb shit. But anyway, back to the article. Video game developer The Coalition, who took the reins on Gears of War after Microsoft acquired the rights to the series from original creator Epic Games, has partnered with Netflix on the upcoming adaptations. The first Gears of War released exclusively on Xbox 360 in 2006 and followed a macho team of soldiers called Delta Squad fighting against the Locust Horde, a subterranean alien race that decimates humanity. I don't know how I feel about this person saying a macho team of soldiers. Macho is it don't have like good positive connotations to the word macho. So
I will say this, depending on how you read it far will kind of let you know the tone of it. Because it's not nothing wrong with saying it was a macho team, because like every time you pick up a gun, he'd be like, shit yeah, and lock slide.
Yeah.
I was feeling that. So if you want to call it macho, that's fine, because it gives you kind of that 80s vibe of Delta Squad up. It kind of gives you that macho feel. It's just, I guess, as you read on, we'll see whether or not it's trying to push you in a direction saying we need to go into more Gears of War 4 territory where it was less macho and more representative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just that idea, man. Everything that's masculine is toxic masculine these days, and that's not pushed. But anyway. Where was I at? Macho team, soldier, alien race decimates humanity. The main Delta Squad crew consisted of Marcus Phoenix, Dominic, Dom Santiago, Augustus Cole, and Damon Baird. They use a variety of heavy-duty firearms, rocket launchers, and lancers, which are rifles with chainsaws attached to them. Yes. That's a beautiful sound when you rev that thing up. That locust running for you, and you see the blood
on the screen.
Chainsaws attached to them to dispatch the locust swarms. Across 5 main entries and several spin-offs, the Gears of War franchise has sold more than 40 million copies, making it one of the most popular Xbox franchises. The game, which also boasts cooperative modes that let players take on the Locust Horde with a friend, are credited with revolutionizing the third-person shooter video game genre. The Netflix news comes on the 16th anniversary of the original Gears of War game. All right, a little bit more to go. Bear with me. People, there have been multiple attempts throughout the years to bring Gears of War to the big screen. New Line Cinema briefly had the rights to a film adaptation in 2007. And then Scott Stuber, now head of the original films at Netflix, came on as a producer in 2013 with Epic Games. Universal then hired F. Scott Fraser to write an adaptation in 2018. But no other moves were made. Netflix did not announce any filmmakers attached to its adaptation. There you go. There was also Dave Bautista. He had like posted pictures. Did you see that of him wanting to be in it? And
no, he looks like one of the characters too, though.
He does. What character would he play?
Maybe Dom. That's my guess.
Why Dom?
That's the only thing one I can think of off the top of my head. That's the only thing I can think of is maybe Dom. It's been a while since I actually played it. I played maybe Gears of War 2, and I played mostly in Horde mode. But
are you saying Dom because he's Hispanic? I don't know what Batista is.
But cause then he wears the bandana, right?
No, that's Phoenix. That's Marcus Phoenix. That's the white guy.
Maybe Marcus Phoenix then, because he wears the bandana.
He could play Marcus Phoenix though.
Yeah, I was thinking the one that had the bandana. That's why Dom was the one I associated with the bandana. But Dom Phoenix, I'll go with the bandana.
Yeah, Dom the Hispanic best friend, the homie.
Yeah, right hand man. I can go with that. Yeah, depending on how it goes. I mean, I don't know, because with James Gunn taking over WB and him already having a working relationship with James Gunn via Guardians of the Galaxy, I
Mm-hmm.
know that they're thinking of having Jason Momoa be Lobo, but I can see that falling apart and him just going to get Dave Bautista to play Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of being in the Gears of War movie. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I
So because
recall
they have good working relationships. Yeah,
I recall Batista trying to be in the Gears of War movie a long time ago though. Or he
he
was
did,
like he was trying to spur a Gears of War movie. And now
because
he like yeah,
because he was at the gun range or something like that trying to practice,
okay.
like trying to get
And
trained
now
for it. But he was, yeah. Go
and
ahead.
now he's like, "Oh, y'all making it. I better be in it." But it's like, damn, bro. I think they would have let you know something by now. I think you should be in it though.
I don't I don't know though, because the way that they said it, there have been a lot of announcements and nothing came of it.
Yeah,
With that last part says that it just sounds like it's a bouncing IP. So you acquire the rights to it, and then I think that they wind up having to either give it up or they can't have anything come to fruition. So it's not saying that they haven't done it yet. It's just, I mean, I think they just got the rights to it, and they're just announcing, hey, we have the rights. This is what we plan to do with it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because they've got several rights to a lot of IPs, and I don't think they've used all of them.
Well, as far as the show itself, and just because of the current climate, the track record of mainstream. Now, Netflix has had some hits. You just talked about two. I thought Castlevania was great.
Hmm.
You know, Netflix, I think it's like a hit or miss, or they got a good they got some good shit, they got some bad shit, they got some shit in the middle. I don't know what you're gonna get with this Gears of War because and I was on Zach's channel before, and we was talking about video game adaptations, or and we talked about it here, and talking to the chat, like what video games would you like to see adapted? And
Right.
it's crazy to me that I didn't think of Gears of War, but that's one of those games, like as you're playing it, especially with the cutscenes, like in the
Oh yeah.
story, like there's a lot of loss, and overcoming loss, or obstacles in Gears of War. But that's somewhere you like, bro, if you give me this animation in a movie, give me this story in fucking movie format, I'm
I'll sit
all
down and watch
for it.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sitting down, I'm watching that. It's everything that you want in an action flick. You got the homies, the best friends, like I said, overcoming obstacles, action all along the way. Uh
Teamwork. Yeah.
Teamwork, there's twist, because the locusts have been here under the earth for a long time. So it's like, is this their planet? Do we take over? Like, what's going on? So there's a lot that you could do with that, that I think a lot of people would be interested in. Like we were just saying with the Lancers and revving up that chainsaw, like that's gonna be something fucking
Yeah.
iconic to hear. And bro, I'm talking about the bodies. Fucking that shit, bro. Like I need that to the T. But then when you think about something like the Halo series
Hmm.
adaptation, and how that turned out, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, bro. But just seeing how that turned out for a lot of people is, I'm really at the point where I don't want to see anything I care about touched. I don't want to see any of it adapted. I fuck it. Wait until everybody's under new management and gets taken over by a bunch of us's, a bunch of just
Hmm.
fans. And then that way I think the story will come first and all the agenda will come later.
Later.
Because agenda, I think, and with Gears of War, I thought all of them, not all of them were great, but 1, 2, and 3 I
Okay.
loved. But I wasn't super into the competitive play. So I remember a lot of people saying, I think like maybe 2 and 3 kind of fell off competitively. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I was like, shit, they gave you the executions where you had the shotgun, you golf swing somebody's head off. You had the where they doop doop, he just come smashing their head in, like, yeah, like all of that. I was like, ooh, this shit's fire. And then that's when I was in high school playing with the homies. So the homies was online. So it was a great experience for me. But yeah, I think everybody agrees that fucking 4, and was there a 5? Like the shit after that and the spinoffs were garbage.
Good lord.
So yeah, I feel like because of agenda though, they'll go to that story with the where they start adding the women in and focus on that.
Mm.
Uh so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Elder Lords, huh?
No, go. Keep going.
Oh, I
Go
thought
ahead.
you were saying so. Hell, Lord said Gears of War is like Doom if it had co-op. Yeah, Gears is my Doom. I never got into Doom. Gears of War is one of my favorite franchises, and the third one is one of my all-time favorite games. I hate that Netflix has this with their track record. Yeah, with their track record is just like I ain't too hopeful. The idea of all these things coming out, She-Hulk series, the idea is fucking amazing. What's the execution gonna look like though?
We are truly living in an era where we really have to be careful what we wish for.
Yep. Sometimes you could do more with animation without a big budget. That one of the reasons Japan did more anime movies back in the day. Their inconvenience became an innovation.
Yeah.
I think also with the egos and these people trying to like put out hits that's gonna make a lot of money, and they feel like the live action thing, I guess that's the route to go, as opposed to animation where I guess people are not going to go to the theaters quickly to see an anime. This is just I'm trying to be in the heads of these people making this shit. Like why else? I don't know why else would you not just go hard with the animation? Somebody else said earlier, like DC has been killing the animation. Now some of their movies got more adult, they start cursing and blood, and I ain't seen no titties or not, but DC was already killing the animation. And I think that is, I say this all the time, that is an area that somebody needs to go in and dominate. Then you'll see culture change. You'll see everybody else trying to recreate that fire, that spear-headed person, who starts it. They're gonna try to recapture that. And we might see it. It's just gonna take somebody to get it going.
Yeah.
Weird World says that Netflix is going to end up with all these IPs. They use shows like Cobra Kai to pull people into their trap. Yep. And then the movie for Cobra Kai, is that even by the people who's working on Cobra Kai? I don't think it is.
Maybe,
but that's an issue. Phoenix, yeah, Marcus. Yeah, this has been forever. I thought Dave was in the game. Maybe it was a DLC. I don't know. I don't think so. It seems like an obvious movie or show to make. Agreed.
It does.
It's like dudes are all over it, just like fucking Halo. Dudes and females, any fans, they all over it. Again, the ideas of these projects is great. It's just the execution, bro. And the execution has been consistently garbage. So I'm just been trained to expect garbage at this point. I think 5, yeah.
5 Gears of War games. That's how many. He asked how many. I think he said 5.
Yeah. And I think 3 was the last great one. And then 4 was about the children, 4 and 5. And they weren't fighting locusts as much. They was fighting robots. Like, bro, the fuck, like that chainsaw just don't hit the same when it's grinding metal. I need flesh and bone.
I need flesh.
Yes. I need blood hitting the screen, not fucking fucking fluid and
sparks and oil. Yeah.
AJ, I found Werewolf National Anthem and look up Motionless in White Werewolf. All right, bro, let me put that on my phone right now. Motionless in White Werewolf. Hey, I got a new subscriber. What up, Fenrir? Another wolf, homie.
Hey.
Bro, I'm finna have ain't no telling what we gonna start creating. Let me look that up. I'm gonna take a picture of that.
All right.
Hail the Lord. All right, well, anime already got that covered. Yeah, but none of the DC animation makes it to theaters. It's just straight to DVD or content for streaming services. Agreed. DC was good, but I thought that hybrid cartoon anime style was overused. Thanks a lot, Phil Barasa. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Yeah, I know who you're talking about though, and I like that style.
I did too.
I do. I do think it's very simple, but with a series, I can see how you're going for the simple style because you got to make episode, and then you build up that budget to where you come harder with the art style, with the movie. So like, Mike was just saying those movies that go like straight to DVD or like a series, sure, go for that style, but then you come with the bigger budget and you go harder with those elements once
Well,
you pull a theatrical release.
I was gonna say yeah, because I did that for Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. You know, it was like
Mm-hmm.
one of the first animated movies to actually hit theaters, and I
Yeah.
think it's a very underused market because we went to go see Dragon Ball Z
Yep.
when they did Gamma 1, Gamma 2, and we went to go see that. We knew it was a
Yeah.
cartoon. We didn't care. Plus, if you do animation, every show that you watch nowadays is almost 42 minutes long. It's supposed to be an hour, but it's really 42 minutes, right? Animation can be 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost every episode of Justice League to Justice League Unlimited was to be continued. Every episode. And you had to wait a week before the next one came out. So if you chop up those episodes, you can build your base, your fan base, and your budget so that when the movie comes out, we're like, oh my God, wait, we get an hour and a half? We get like 6
Yeah.
episodes on the big screen? Or if I got a stream to watch it, we'll do it. Plus, it's low overhead, high revenue. You don't really have to have the best or the most well-known voice actors. You just have to get good ones.
Yeah.
They can really capitalize on it. So I don't know why producers and executives don't look more to that market for maximizing profits.
And Netflix, they're about to take that leap with the Gears of War with the animation, but again, we've said this before. Disney already has Disney Plus. So instead of all these live action series that they're putting out, you can have that, but like they're doing with the X-Men 97. It's like, some people love this. I think everybody agrees the fucking 90s superhero cartoons were like peak entertainment. So you already have a built-in adult audience for this shit. Cater to them as well as the children. Like I said, the children will come back and watch it later. So like with that, they'll watch it down, but I'm saying they'll revisit it later. But like that, there's a Spider-Man animated series coming out to Disney Plus, and it's supposed to be like his fucking high school days. So, and my issue with Spider-Man and the MCU is fucking trash. It's disrespectful. I walked out of the first movie. But I would have rather seen him animation on Disney Plus first, and then you see him mature, you see him coming to his own, you see him become the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, more mature. Then that way, once you cross over into the movies, you have the peak Spider-Man. You have the guy that you're looking forward to. All the kid shit we left on Disney Plus. Fucking the Ultimate Spider-Man series was great to me. But that's something I would like to see. Let's explore that on Disney Plus. Same with all these other young heroes. Let's see them earn their place in the theaters.
Okay.
Instead of just trying to introduce them like fucking Riri Williams. Instead of introducing this garbage character in this movie and trying to fast forward me caring about them, there's this evolution process that characters these days are like missing out on. Weird World and Fenrir Fire. He says, "Hail, what up, bro? I'm glad you up in here." Weird World, amateur hour for the next 10 years. Yep. Adapting other people's work is the only selling point they have left. All modern creatives know how to do is copy other people's success. They don't even know how to copy it, or at least the shit that they're copying is disrespectful because they don't understand what made it great in its inception. Again, they see elements like, okay, Spider-Man swings from webs and he has a red and blue suit. Let's go with that. But it's like you miss everything else that makes us care about that character and those elements. I feel like Netflix are getting on the good foot with animation. Yes, they got some great shit and they got some terrible shit. So that's what I mean. I can't really predict. There's no trailer to see what's happening with this Gears of War. It's too early to tell. But the thought of it's fucking nice. You really walked out of Spider-Man Homecoming? Hell yeah. It was that at the end fight when he was like fucking with Vulture. Go through that whole movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. Everything that happened in that movie, it was because Peter fucked up. Peter fucked up something, and he never actually fought anybody. When he was fighting them dudes that had the Avengers faces on, it's like, you guys are not the Avengers. You're not my friends. He was just dodging and like grabbing punches and shit, and then he set off a bomb. On the ship or something, he's just trying to dodge and set off a bomb. Fucking Vulture, he didn't fight Vulture. Vulture was like, get off me, little man. Go to the dance with my daughter, homie. You know what I'm saying? This grown folk shit. And then he fucked up Vulture suit and the suit blew up. Once I saw the suit blew up, I was just like, wow, that wasn't a fight. And that's when I left. So I don't know what happened after that. I didn't watch any of the other Spider-Man movies. Hopefully Across the Spider-Verse will be decent. I'm sure it will. Into the Spider-Verse. I love that shit. Spectacular Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man adaptation of the character, period. I'm not going to say the best. It's up there, held the lore, but Ultimate Spider-Man did something special to me. I think it was because of the story, the connecting Peter to a bigger Marvel world, like with S.H.I.E.L.D. Then you had Luke Cage, you had the White Tiger, you had Iron Fist. So the introduction of those Marvel elements, which is what Disney Plus is trying to do with their garbage ass shows, that show did it, as well as the art style. Spectacular Spider-Man's art is, it's animation. It's cool. I like it. But it was like Mike's issue with Phil Barbosa, whatever. It was too simple for me. And I felt like Ultimate Spider-Man picked it up with, multiple elements. Abomination Hater, glad to join us. Bro, I'm glad you're here. You just don't know how excited I get when I see somebody that's on some wolf shit. So your name is Finn Rear, bro. I'm already paying attention to you, bro. Mainstream uses IPs like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yep, they just throw them out there. And they capitalize off of, hey, people like this. They're going to come see it. And folks are like, ooh, I like that. I want to go see it. And a lot of us are like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, like, I only see it once, LOL. I was talking about the Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man No Way Home is a good standalone. You don't even need to see the others to enjoy it, though. That makes it 100 times better. I feel you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, and I'm not really trying to go in on Spider-Man right now, but that is the issue I have with that movie. It's because it's supposed to be the next Spider-Man movie, but they tried to make it, from what I haven't watched it, from what I've seen, from reviews, all that, they made sure to distance it enough to give you those elements that you were complaining about. But this Spider-Man was one of my issues. If you would have had Spider-Man at the right age, he could have been more than capable of handling a Sinister Six. From what I've seen from this movie, it wasn't even 6, it was 5. And this dude couldn't handle them on his own. So they had to call in the other 2 Spider-Man that people love, because a lot of people checked out, but they said, y'all gonna come in to see y'all Spider-Man. So you had to get help because he's a garbage character that can't stand on his own. That's my issue with him. As well as now with this whole multiverse thing, okay, well, Peter Parker looked different across dimensions, universes. Why the fuck Doctor Strange looked the same? Well, I think Scarlet Witch looked the same. Like, why these other characters look the same, but Peter don't? So that's some other shit you have to address with the whole multiverse aspect with T'Challa.
Well, I mean, not only that, I'm gonna have that same problem when the Flash movie comes out, because I know that Ezra Miller is playing several different versions of himself. And I know if Reverse Flash is one of those, that's not the way it was supposed to work at all. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be you across several different multiverses. It's not like we're watching Jet Li's the one, and he kills like 37 versions of himself to be the one that remains. It would be better if you had the same code designation. It was like 007. You know what I mean? Like 007's been different throughout the years, but it's just a designation. If you say the hero has a designation and there's a type of hero in every multiverse, then you don't have to look the same. Like, the audience isn't dumb. We can look at the outfit and say, oh, you must be that version of the hero in this multiverse, even though you don't look like the other version of you, because you don't have to look the same.
Right. You don't have to, but at the same time, Marvel has given us both versions. So it's like, now you have to think about real world aspect of this world that they've created. Okay, Marvel, what the fuck is happening here?
Right.
Phil says he loves my content. Phil, I appreciate it, bro. I know you be on the Kingdom Hearts. Yes, sir. I'll be watching the Kingdom Hearts streams. Dang, I forgot about White Tiger. Hey, Disney Plus series, not Disney Plus, that Disney XD series, Ultimate Spider-Man didn't. Yeah, they use Spidey Sense as a writing crutch instead of interweaving Spider-Man's struggles with Peter's life. Clarence P, I remember that. We looked at each other and said, fuck this. Yeah, bro. It was and that's why I do tell, I'm always preaching, like, people, y'all can give up on this shit. You don't have to watch every new thing that comes out. It's going to be garbage. And if it's going to be, it'll be decent at best. But I'm sure every new show, every new movie raises a whole bunch more questions than they attended. So when I saw that Spider-Man, I have, and we're gonna go into the Wakanda Forever conversation. I have issues with the misuse of black characters or minority characters, but it happened with the Hulk and Spider-Man because those are my favorite superheroes. So it happened with them before it was even a colored thing. It was like, y'all don't give a fuck about none of these characters. But yeah, bro, I had to walk out. I never in my life thought I would walk out of a fucking Spider-Man movie. And everyone after that, I was like, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I can't do it. Still haven't sat down and watched Far From Home completely. LOL, seen it in pieces. That's all you got to do. I told you, Ego, watch fucking clips. I watch enough clips on YouTube. I done seen the movie. I watch enough reviews from both sides, from the shields and from the super critical culture war people.
No.
And I'm like, okay, I got all the info I need.
Sit down and just watch that movie, sir.
Fuck that. They can't even count. The sentence is 6. Oh shit, no 5. Exactly. They couldn't even throw another motherfucker in the movie because they were like, oh well, we ain't established 6 of them, I guess. The flatulent 5. When are they going to put in Black Cat in the movie? But I know they will water her down in the looks.
Man, that deep cut with the fur on the side.
Bro, Black Cat was a beautiful, strong, sexy something.
Y'all know they're gonna make her black though, right? If you get that movie, she gonna be Black Cat, all right.
So like Black Canary,
starring Black Cat, starring Zidania.
She gonna be, bro. That'll probably happen. It probably fucking happens.
It will.
Or to be Liv, the girl from Liz, whatever the fuck. It might be the first one. You know, the Vulture going to jail, the Vulture's daughter. So now she done picked up some tech or some shit. And now she the new Black Cat. Blacker cat. The blackest cat. Yep. That's the shit y'all gonna get. And then, like Peter, with Tom Holland Spider-Man, that boy can't handle no Black Cat.
Hell no.
Wow, he's going to be the Peter from the comic books where he just bro, I seen like pages from these comics where he's like talking to women and he's just this soft ass little dude, like nervous. Peter Slick was a pimp.
That's true.
He had some females after him.
Slim Spider.
You know what I'm saying? That Spider gave him confidence. Be like, hey, I'm finna go and talk to her. What I got to lose? I'm Spider-Man. Right. I'm already struggling at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I might as well go out here in the real world. Bro can't handle her. So, yeah, they're going to give y'all the perfect movie for MCU. And Black Cat just going to be handling shit.
And then we're going to actually have the feature soundtrack is going to be by Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They already had Megan Thee Stallion up in She-Hulk. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Oh, man. These companies will keep pumping out hot garbage as long as people keep consuming it. If you want it to get better, let the big companies fail. Stop watching them. Thank you, Dempsey. Just stop. Just say fuck it. I've seen Wakanda Forever through YouTube, through people's eyes, through reviews. I don't have to see the movie to know it's garbage. I knew it was garbage from trailers. People are just confirming it. I'm not trying to financially support the bastardization of my favorite superheroes.
Agree.
I would not fund it. I would not help it. Spectacular Spider-Man had way better storytelling and a great dynamic between Peter and Spider-Man, unlike the Ultimate Spider-Man. Hell, Lou, I'm not finna go back and forth with you right now on that. Let's just agree that they're great. I feel you though on Spectacular Spider-Man and what it did. I like that the Venom, you know, Eddie Brock. I like that character in there. Spectacular Spider-Man was great. I'm not gonna take anything away from it. What up, Zax?
What up, Zax?
Dang, I'm in the kitchen scarfing down breakfast sandwiches like I'm not missing the show. Bro, you ain't got headphones?
Down, bro. Slow down, man. Slow down.
He must got us on in the TV in the living room or something, bro. Pop it on the phone too. That way we can get an extra view. and carry it with you. Everybody saying, what up, Zax? What up, Zax? Thwip. Yeah, he gonna be thwipping all over himself when Black Cat hop in that movie. He gonna be like, what's his AI? What's her name? Sherry, Candace, some female AI in his suit. He be like, initiate cleaning protocol. Clean my drawers out.
And Wipe Me Down plays on the Bluetooth speakers.
Yep. Shit, they got The Weeknd and they had his music in Black Panther and I think Miss Marvel. No, Kid Cudi. So yeah, bro, they gonna throw them black creators in there. Their music.
Exactly.
The next Spider-Man movie I want to see, the Tom Holland Spider-Man stand on his own. The 3 standalone movies he had relied on mentors. Yep. I'm not with it. Peter ain't do shit on his own in none of those movies. Top G would be disgusted with Peter Parker. Who is Top G? I don't know what you mean, Heather Lore. I'll get back to it. Y'all laughing at something. Oh, he gonna be cleaning all stuff. All right, but yeah, that's the what's that? That's Gears of War. You got any more thoughts on that for this segment?
Pretty much. I'm just ready for the next segment on this one, man. We wore that one out. We even got Spider-Man to bleed into there.
Yeah, Spider-Man to bleed into it. One more. LOL watch. Right. He will have that AI to help him the dirty. If you get my drift. Yep. He could be looking up. How do you talk to a girl? How do you put it in the what's the anatomy of a female? Aunt May didn't teach me anything. Whatever the fuck they gonna do, who knows? He gonna be soft as hell though.
Exactly.
All right, the next segment, John Wick. People, I have not seen a John Wick movie.
Blasphemy, absolute blasphemy, sir.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the movies or because I hate Keanu Reeves. He is the he is the male Christian Stewart. If y'all know what I mean. So this is not a segment for me. This is all Ego. So Ego, you handle it, take it away, pull up your articles, pull up your trailers, whatever. I will be looking at the chat.
First of all, we're going to have to get over the fact that you called him Chris Stewart. First of all, he doesn't look like he has to pass gas every time you look at him. And he doesn't look like a sad puppy, okay?
He looks like he has gas and he don't know whether or not it's coming from the top or the bottom. So he's just like, it's like,
that's a steely gaze. That's a steely. Don't do that. Kristen Stewart looks like she's going to pass gas. He's just like, just do it. I waited 6 movies from Twilight for you to do this. This is how she looks.
Keanu Reeves look like he's concerned with why does he have gas. He was like, I know I ate right today. What's making my stomach feel like?
Don't do that. Do not do that. That's not fair to my man. Don't do my man's like that, okay? Keanu's great the less he talks, okay? He's better the less he talks. Anyway, I'll pull up my article. I think the first thing I'll do is the article on the actual I guess they announced that they're going to wind up doing the spinoffs for this. And I can show you here. All right, here we go. So we got Anna de Armas led John Wick spinoff Ballerina goes into production. All right, so for those of us that have seen the John Wick franchise and know that when we're in John Wick 3, we get taken to the theater. I guess it's supposed to be with the Russian ballerinas. And so they show the scene where they have these men that are wrestling on the mats, and they also show women that are actually just, I guess, cooling down from their, I guess, one of their dry runs through the ballerinas. And the one scene I saw was this chick just straight up take off her big toenail. It was gangster for me.
What?
Anyway, bro, she peeled that bad boy right off like this is Tuesday and nothing new. It was ridiculous. So yeah, so the ballerinas go just as hard as like men.
Hold on.
Where they get
hold on. I don't want to interrupt you, but that is like one fear of mine. Like I try to be prepared for like if I'm ever being tortured or some shit. I'm just like, what am I willing to take? And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. You fuck with my fingernails, I'm squealing, bro. I'm squealing. That shit. That's who. Nah, but anyway, so yeah, for her to go through something like that, no problem.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
and she just peels
it
a
real
one because it's like if you look at people that actually do ballet, they've got tons of marks on their toes. They've lost toenails and they've got like bruised feet knuckles, if you want to call them that. But yeah, it's pretty rough on your feet. Anyway, all right, so fans of the John Wick franchise have good reasons to rejoice, and I do. The Anna de Armas-led spinoff Ballerina will start production in the coming week, TV Line has reported. The announcement was made by Lionsgate CEO John Feltheimer during the latest investors call. The future project for the franchise looks good as among other franchise-related news. It has been announced that Colin Waddell-led 3-part prequel series, The Continental, will stream internationally on Amazon Prime outside the U.S., and the studio is also fielding proposals for a big video game based on the Keanu Reeves movie. Again, so for people that don't know about The Continental is the hotel where all the assassins check in before they actually go out on their missions. So everyone that's in the Continental knows the rules. You can't do Continental business on Continental grounds, meaning you can't take out another assassin while you're in the hotel. All right. And, when you watch John Wick 2, you actually figure out what the consequences of doing said business are, or even the first one, too. All right, so the news came out last year that the No Time to Die star has been tapped for the lead role in Ballerina movie, which will follow a young assassin trained at the ballet school seen in John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. The story follows her quest for revenge against those who killed her family. The feature will be helmed by Underworld director Len Wiseman, great choice, who directs from a script by Shay Hatton, who is known for features like Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, which was not too bad, and John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. De Armas disclosed in an interview earlier this year that Emerald Fennell, the Oscar-winning writer director behind 2020's Promising Young Woman, has provided the final touches to the script from a woman's point of view. We'll have to see what that point of view looks like.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
Bro, be prepared for me to interrupt you. It might happen from time to time. But
go right ahead, bro. I was building steam, but go ahead, man.
He said he was building steam. I'm sorry. That didn't make me feel bad.
No. I meant like I was getting to it, but go ahead.
But I didn't know Zack Snyder directed Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, whatever the fuck the movie you just said. I just watched Army of the Dead. That was the Netflix one, right?
Yes.
That Batista was in. So,
that's what I mean, yeah.
But the one where they was in the mall, Zack Snyder directed that.
He did? That's Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I mean. He's got chops, man.
I didn't like Zack Snyder's Justice League, but he made that. He made the 300. Yep. The Guardians of Gahul, the Owl movie. I love that fucking movie.
Yep.
I didn't watch that, but Zack Snyder has, I don't know what he did with y'all's Justice League, but the man got some skill.
He does. That's why I said he knows what he's doing. He knows art. So even if you watch his his Justice League movie, there's a scene where Aquaman is riding a parademon and he's got the Triton almost in his chest, and he took that from an actual painting from like 15 or 1600. Like, it was an exact shot for shot. He knows what he's doing. So that's why it was exciting to know that he was at the helm of something like this, because he understood history, he understood motifs, and he understood how the characters are supposed to represent, godhood. So
okay.
But anyway, all right, this is all that is really known about the revenge-fueled film, with no additional cast members announced yet. De Armas has proven her action chops in No Time to Die, as well as the recently released Russo brothers Netflix movie, The Gray Man, where she starred alongside Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. It's pretty good. The Knives Out star was last seen in Blonde, directed by Andrew Dominic, based on the 2000 novel of the same name by Joyce Carol Oates. Let me do this here. I think that's pretty much it on that. So I know that you not necessarily not have all your thoughts on just John Wick or spinoffs, but the spots that I can get from you, what are you thinking?
I'm looking at this comment here. The Lord said the Black Widow movie we deserve, and as you explained it, I was like, "Hey, that does sound." Well, earlier when you was telling me about it, I'm like, it sounds like a Black Widow movie that we should have gotten. As well as, what's that movie where the girls were females, ladies were?
It's Red Sparrow, I think you're talking about.
No, they were, I don't know, they was in like some place, but then one of them would like go in her brain and it was like a bunch of action going on.
That's Sucker Punch.
Yes. So I was like, kind of
too.
Ooh, look, bro, disavowed with geeks and gamers and all that bullshit. So he let you know he ain't with us, he with them. That's not a good look to me. That means he's going to do what he's kind of told, especially what you were saying, like with the Justice League thing. Like, he had his vision, but then higher ups had to go in there and finagle and tell him, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that. So to me, it seems like, I guess when he has the freedom to create, he can give you something phenomenal. But if he's going to continue to do what it seems like's been happening and have to listen to overhead and all that, still be controlled by other people, you're going to get shit. So, well, again, y'all disagree. The movies weren't, Zack Snyder's Justice League was not shit to y'all, but
absolutely not.
Those aren't all my thoughts, but pretty much I would like to see a series that's the Black Widow movie story that we could have gotten, or like the Sucker Punch stuff, but in reality. Is it on Netflix? Did you say that?
Which one?
The series coming out?
They don't. So that's going to be on Prime, but it's going to stream outside the US. I think they're trying to build a global audience so that when it gets to the US, there's a very, very, very high demand for it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that US markets can be kind of tricky, especially when you're looking at the entire world. If you can do this on the UK, get Spain and China involved, and then you go to the US where we're clamoring for it, it's going to be a really big thing. I don't know how it's going to work, especially because you're going to be focusing on the hotel where assassins stay. You'd have to actually eventually follow them outside of the Continental, and that might be a little bit difficult. But I think with the right structure and the right direction, it can be a really good show. You know, especially with Amazon Prime hitting on such good shows as Reacher and The Terminal List, it could be in that same vein.
Yeah,
you either follow one character a season or you follow different characters throughout the season, and there are a bunch of shorts. I think it's got a lot of potential. As far as Anna de Armas actually doing Ballerina, I like it because, and I'm okay with them saying from a female point of view, because if you're a ballerina, you're supposed to have grace, class, and some seduction to you too. I think that makes them a more stealth and more lethal than a John Wick, who's basically me hammer and nail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you read your laws, 48 laws of power, your laws of seduction, your strategies of war by Robert Greene, you know that when you're reading Art of Seduction, it's like, well, hey, seduction's supposed to be the antidote to rape, or being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And so with these women being able to dance and being graceful and being beautiful and then luring you in for that, it's going to be what a female assassin should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you have mainstream trying to show what a female assassin is, they're trying to like, oh, this would be John Wick if she were a chick. Like, not really. You know, Ruby Rose got handled pretty easily in John Wick 2 because she was a lightweight. You know, we want to see you use your feminine wiles, your wit, your charm, your grace and your class to get all the way up to the big bad and then take them out and then leave like nothing happened. So that's the kind of assassin that I want to see. And I think Anna de Armas is going to be able to do that. I hope she'll be able to do that.
And with the comment you got, Gordon Goodbrother says, I think this is why Anna de Armas says she doesn't want to see a female James Bond. She was going for her own franchise. I've said this with I think with a lot of people, you know, Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher, the one guy leaving the Blade movie, the dudes who were working on Rings of Power, but then they ended up getting fired. You know, probably it's like these people that are not with this agenda or will speak out. You see, like I said, these companies will get them out of there. That's why I think Zack Snyder just like, all right, I'm just gonna shut up and do my job. Because there's security in that. But I think things won't really change until more people hold their nuts, hold their labias, and say, no, I'm not going to do this. The issue with a lot of these stories and modernization of stories coming out is you take the man who's kind of built up the franchise and then you like shit on him, or you just push some female to the front and now she's great. But we've seen this dude have all this time to become great, but the females is automatically that. And it's like nobody's mad at strong woman. We're mad at why do you have to take the man down to be strong woman? And at the same time, you're putting women in situations where they wouldn't excel at like they do. They're not fucking Shuri.
Physics is
for example.
Physics is undefeated. And gravity is undefeated. Like you're 130 going up against a guy that's at least 250 that knows how to handle himself, and the fact that he's 250, you're getting washed outside of having a knife or a gun on you. And that's why when you watch John Wick 3, and there's the scene where John Wick or Keanu Reeves and Halle Berry are just running it up, just pow, 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 pow. She's got 2 German shepherds, bro, that are at least 110 pounds each, and the dogs are in Kevlar. I mean, she's shouting in Arabic for these dogs to attack the person in front of them while she shoots him, disarms him, catches the guy that's to her side, and then has the dog jump over her back to go up a building to arm tackle a guy that's trying to shoot her. Like, that's an assassin. That's how that's supposed to look. I think you should watch it because I know that you want to have your dogs to be trained as like attack dogs, but I mean, like, this is next level. I mean, I'm saying, bro.
I don't want them trained like attack dogs, bro.
All I'm saying, bro, you say attack in Arabic, and these dogs know what it is. I just watch that scene, man. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a female assassin. Go ahead.
That comes with the apocalypse. Like, I just want them to be able to perform. That's all.
Little by little,
attack training. I got you. You told me to watch it. It's just I don't like watching movies without information.
My bad. Hold on. My bad, Zach. The Belgian Malinois. I'm sorry about that.
Malinois.
I apologize.
Yeah, I don't like coming at the end of something. I would want to watch, bro. This is another hot take, and y'all gonna shit on me more. But me and my woman tried to watch John Wick 1, and we was just like we lost interest. I think it's Keanu Reeves, bro. I just can't get past him. Like his stale face doing all this action shit. I was like, bro, I'm not here. I'm not suspending my
say, look, this is as long as you treat him like the less you say, the better.
I gotta
watch it.
I'll watch it with you. I'll watch it with you. That's the only way it's gonna be. Like shit that I really don't care about. It has to be an event, and I have to be with somebody who actually enjoys it. That way I can kind of feed off of that. Because me and my woman just looking like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the energy in the room was just like, we can't do it.
I understand. It's just the fact that once I started actually training martial arts with Godfist, aka Justin Ice, you actually will wind up watching fight scenes a lot differently. So when you start watching him actually do his fight choreography, it's got a real basis and a foundation. I mean, he went around doing, I think he's got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, karate. He's using sweeping moves to actually disarm his attacker or to get him off of him. I mean, he actually studied the martial arts while he was filming. So there's a dedication to it. So I'm like, well, hey, as dedicated as you are to that, even his firearms training, if you guys look at Terran Tactical and type in Keanu Reeves, his training is mad on point. I mean, his 3-gun drill with the pistol, shotgun, and AR, ridiculous. If you watch his training leading up to John Wick 3, man is a maniac. And I can't wait to even watch the John Wick 4 trailer that dropped because I'm hype. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all about that two-way life over here.
Be hype, bro. Bring that hypeness to the movie so I can get through them, and then we might watch 4 or something. But this comment from Fenrir Fire. I like how Vic comes out to hang with the gang, yet Zach couldn't even acknowledge G&G's name after all the support. LOL. Agreed. And I don't know the specifics of the situation, but I think Vic has some allegations against him or something. And I know G&G and those people like really stood behind him and was like, we're not going to hate you because of what somebody said. And from what I've seen, I think that's what our community does. Despite what others might tell you, we're not hateful. We love everybody. The common thread is just geekdom or having passion for stuff. Other than that, so I'm saying I think that's what probably attracted Vic to these people, because they still had his back and was like, bro, we respect your work. We're not going to take away all your accomplishments just because of some shit that's happening. And I think Zack Snyder, I'm not wishing anything bad on him, but I think drunk, never proven. That's why I say allegations. Right. It's just the thought of something happening and you have all these people going after him. Oh, we dude's terrible, piece of shit, fuck all his previous accomplishments, all of that. And I think it's going to take Zack Snyder and some other people to have some shit come their way and people turn on them. and they realize, okay, these people that I were told were the villains, were demons, were terrible bigots and all that shit. These people they not about that. You know what I'm saying? These are we're some very diverse and accepting people, and like to have conversation, different point of views, all of that. So all while these people's jobs are protected and they say the right things, they got jobs, cool, they gonna make it. But until some shit come their way and people turn on them, they're not going to see the value in coming to the other side or going away and doing
they're gonna need that, and they're gonna need that support too.
Right. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. I don't know shit about anything. That's just outside looking in. I lost respect for Snyder doing that stream where he came in and implied the viewers were beating the Asians up. But I done seen so many black people beating Asians up. Not in real life. Not in real life. If I saw it in real life, I'd be like, hey, bro, chill out, man. But yeah, man, ugly truths that people don't want to acknowledge. But yeah, like you've been told these people are a hate group and we ain't know none of that shit, bro. We sitting here bitching about superheroes and whatnot. Like, come on, bro. What all this other shit got to do with us? But yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck these execs, Hollywood elites, all that. They not real people. Now, Snyder is better when he's filming a remake or shooting a comic book. Black Widow also came too late, in my opinion. Yep, that's what we've been saying. We fighting for representation here. Motherfuckers been Black Widow. Where's the Black Widow movie? We've been introducing all these other Avengers, minus Hawkeye. Instead of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where's Hawkeye and Black Widow? Where's that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
That would have been a great show.
I was telling y'all about a fucking animated movie with Black Widow and the Punisher. Like, that shit was beautiful. They was taking dudes out. They was on some real covert spy stuff. And then the Avengers came at the end of the movie. But these two people had to go in and be like, all right, these are specifics. This bad guy's involved. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to hit this area of the base. And the Avengers come through like, all right, we here. Like, where's that shit at, bro? Snyder's DC is definitely shit in my book. I'm with you. Her last name means weapons. Oh yeah, and back to the female characters thing. I think it seems like the sexiness or the attractiveness of a woman to get her way to be like an assassin, that's kind of demonized. Just like the masculinity, that's demonized nowadays. But we look at these women and we're like, yeah, she hot. Dudes, we have dude conversations, but we're rooting for the woman. We're like, kill this evil piece of shit. Get over on this terrible man, terrible character, whoever it is. So again, that argument, like, we can prove these arguments wrong all day long, but again, we fighting for respectable femme fatales. There you go, female characters. We want to see them done right. Agreed. We don't want to see anybody just pushed to the front and given something that they don't deserve. But yeah, man, yeah. The memes of destruction. What up, bro? Hey guys, what's going on? This stream just talking about good geek shit. That's all, bro. You know what you in for when you coming up in here. Sean, you late to the party, bro. I appreciate you for retweeting and doing all that type of stuff, man. But you supposed to been in here. But nah, he here now, though. I appreciate it, bro. It's all love. No, guys, a female John Wick should look exactly like Galadriel. Yep, give her the flatten that chest out. Give her a long sword, long dagger, something that can bring that penis energy. So she can be like, I'm packing. Long guns. That's all she's gonna have. Long guns. And she's gonna have it across the front of her so that it's between her legs a little bit. No, I don't know. That series might be cool or whatever, but one of Snyder's best work is free on YouTube now, called Michael Jordan's Playground. But all jokes aside, I feel like either you love Snyder or hate him. C4C, I hate. I don't even get the joke. I want to laugh, bro. Yeah, either you love. I don't know. Hey, memes. Yeah, they're saying, what up, memes? Whatever you do, do it awesomely. That's all we trying to do. Shuri gets stabbed through the abdomen by a spirit. Look at War Monkey coming with the spoilers. Mine just popped it on me. Shuri gets stabbed through the abdomen by a spear and then moments later does a backflip over Namor. Defeats him. Bro came hard with the spoilers. But hey, come on now, Marvel. Make it make sense. All right, he corrected you on the Malinois. Yeah, those some beast ass dogs.
Sorry, my bad, guys. My bad.
You good. I've worked with some. I've trained some people. I don't do protection training, agility, and all that. I just do behavior modification. I can help you have a great fucking companion, a great dog. This man, Belgian Malamutes. Get out of here, Mike. That better be a joke. Might have to start tonight.
Watching John Wick.
Oh, okay. German Shepherds are trained with German words. Ego giving AJ homework. Bro telling me a lot of stuff I need. I'm really at the point right now, though, that I don't care to be entertained by anything, new or old. Ego, we had these conversations, but I'm creating right now. And Ripper says we have a lot of work to do to change the minds of the consumers. I knew what it meant when he said it, but I'm constantly being reminded of what that actually means. And there's a legitimacy seen with certain people and not independent creators. So there has to be a whole renaissance or a shifting of culture to where big company is not the only legit source of anything. I tweeted, we got to start believing in ourselves instead of waiting for the next motherfucker to create the ultimate project or the best project that represents you as an individual or as a people. Find people around you who can come together and help and make that happen. That way, instead of you jumping at the opportunity to give somebody else money, that could be your money. That could be your project that lasts generations. You can be reaping the benefits of that. So we have the ability to compete with them and win. We will win. Just look at it like Ted Theodore Logan broke his back.
Broke bad.
Broke bad. Taco Bell trains me in art of martial farts.
Oh, weird.
All right. There is a difference between being evil and an asshole. Yep. This is a very open community. Bringing the people together is what we do. I'm getting through these comments, and then you got the trailer ready?
Oh, yes, sir. It's ready to go, son.
Okay. We're going to talk about the Wakanda Forever, but there's also this interview with Ryan Coogler, and we might talk about it, go through it, but he's talking about respecting Chadwick Boseman. So I just want to hear from the director's mouth his thoughts on this movie.
All right.
People already hate Snyder for no reason, nor reason in Hollywood not to be the dead horse the way WB treated him before and after the Snyder cut. Hey, there you go. But what we see from him now, again, I don't know specifics, just me on the outside looking in, but he's back being their boy. Go do this, Zack Snyder. Make this. Zack Snyder, say fuck it and go create your own shit. You already got so many people willing to support you. Stop being a puppet by people who don't give a fuck about you or the projects you're working on. They just want to see money. AJ want to talk about Keanu, but The Rock played the exact same character in each movie. Hey, I never said The Rock was. Hey, I don't give a fuck about Black Adam. I don't give a fuck about The Rock. he's a great actor. He's not phenomenal. He's a dude, but The Rock is expressive. The Rock makes you. I would rather see The Rock be The Rock than see Keanu Reeves be Keanu Reeves. But I respect Keanu Reeves' dedication to being the character for the martial arts training, for the weapons training, as opposed to The Rock, who is just like, you just gonna assume I know what the fuck I'm doing because I'm The Rock. So I will give you that. But The Rock is a soy boy as well. He disavowed Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan said nigga or something. Like words hurt him, and he didn't want to be seen as attached to the bad guy. So
he turned into the boulder from the Avatar series. The boulder is
a boulder. I'm rewatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, actually up to season 4 now. I love the spy stuff in that show. I'm tired of the actresses that use their good looks to advance their careers, retroactively calling it sexual harassment. Yeah. Scarlett Johansson did that, and I laughed. Agreed. Sean, nice shirt, AJ. I got that one too. Hey, the man Drunk 3PO made that possible. No joke. It's a real documentary called Michael Jordan's Playground. I got you. Disney has proven that being run through is not fatal. Just look at Star Wars, Kenobi, and Black Panther 2 as recent examples.
Yep. Stab the abdomen is nothing.
Yes, create, rebel against your fears. Just do it. Welcome to the rebellion. This is what this shirt is about. That's what it's about, people. We can do it. We capable. A lot of times we are holding our own selves back for fear of people not supporting or rejection and all that type of shit. Just say, bro, just say fuck it. People gonna hate you no matter what you do. So you might as well just try. You could try and get a lot of money. You could try and inspire others. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, we gonna be on the stream with John Douglas.
Yes, sir.
In a few, and we're gonna be talking about ISOM. I got my ISOM book back here. The same way I respect these books and these creators, ISOM is sitting right there. What can I learn from this? How can I incorporate some of these elements into my work? How can I stand on the shoulders of giants and actually create something beautiful? And you know, Ripper wants to inspire others to create. Ripper is happening, bro. We out here.
Oh yeah, about to do it, man.
I feel you, AJ. I'm a creator myself, and I rarely watch modern day entertainment. Like Ripper said, they are they are competition. So why am I going to keep giving them money and spending time to, you know, people watch Black Panther for what, 3 hours? What could you have done with that 3 hours? And then you could easily go put on a review in the background. Drunk 3PO, I was listening to his spoiler out of the theater talk. Bro, put this shit on in the background, and there you caught up. You can imagine this bullshit. You probably imagine the shit better than is actually portrayed on the screen as people spoiling it. I'm caught up. I got all the pieces now. It was garbage. I made an album because people like Ripper and AJ, I'm trying to be the change I complain about. I want to try to fix this problem. Let's do it. Dempsey, I love it. I love it. We doing it. I think the geeks and gamers also get a lot of shit for not creating. That's what people say, not create. But at the same time, Jeremy has created a parallel like G4, you know, like the X-Play back in the day, where that's something that I think that those dudes are capable of. Man's giving us like different articles, you know, news, videos, content, all that type of shit. So yeah, so how can you take away those accomplishments? He created that just because it's not something physical that you can hold in your hand. Like, again, changing the minds of consumers. What is actual entertainment? What does legit mean to you? Two or more Hollywood people hating each other doesn't make any of them friends of the fans. Agreed. The Boulder. Keanu was like that guy with glasses from Predator. The Rock knows he was called names in those WWE locker rooms. Oh, people didn't like him back then?
Nah, I mean, like, he's I think he's second or third generation wrestler. So, I mean, his dad was actually the first Black world wrestling champion ever. And so, like, he's growing up in that. So you can see that, you know, WE or WWF at the time wanted to bring him in because they know that it's second generation or third generation wrestler. But I mean, to other wrestlers, it could be seen as nepotism because Vince McMahon does a lot of nepotism. So, you know, I can imagine his come up wasn't the easiest, but it was definitely necessary for him to get the chops that he ultimately got and got him to where he is. I won't disrespect his work ethic on that one because he does work hard. Yeah.
I agree with the independent. I'm trying to get through these comments. I know Ego be getting on my ass about we got to be you know, time efficient and whatnot. Ego, but I'm going to hate when the channel gets big and I'm not able to talk to the people as much. And I'm not able to connect with them so much, and you know, just stuff like that. So this is valuable. Anyway, it's beautiful. All right, last comment. Then we're gonna get to the topic because he itching to show a trailer. Again, we gotta pause it. We gotta stop it. Do all that type of shit. I didn't got enough copyright claims and whatnot. I agree with the independent creator route, but we do need to have a proper conversation about garnering resources and the recognition of capacity of mind and talent or lack thereof. Agreed. Just because a person makes something does not mean they're owed success. But at the same time, we won't even know the caliber of what we can create until we come together and figure out where are your talents, where can you be, where are you most valuable. Hey, I said, people, if you got some talent, reach out to me. I want to do some stuff, some comic stuff. I want to have people to choose from voices for my animation like projects when they come out, all of that. So stop waiting for other people to do it. After Dark matches on the come up, at least
for wrestling. Because after the show's over, they'll have that.
I got a graphic novel coming out. Drunk, yes, you do. You haven't said so much about it. He waiting to pop that thing on us. I fucks with it drunk because I remember you saying like, you know, Ripper put his stuff out and you see the level of professionalism. So he was like, okay, let me kind of rethink some things. Let me elevate my stuff another level before I put it out. And I think that's the mindset that we need to be on. Let me put out something great. Not let me just put something out and expect everybody to support me, give me money. It's like, nah, bro, you got to come with it. You got to come hard. Drunk. I'm looking forward to that. You working with kids stuff. I want to work with kids. Let's talk, bro. Let's make something happen.
Nice.
All right, bro. Go on and get to your trailer, and I'll be looking through the comments. He said 8. This man got excited.
Oh
he said about damn time.
So I'm just gonna let y'all know I'll probably have to pause this every 5 to 7 seconds so we can avoid that copyright. But about to get into this. Here we go. And let's go ahead and open this here. Okay.
Saying goodbyes.
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
Yo.
No.
And why bother?
Oh my goodness, they got Donnie Yen up in this. Donnie Yen's one of the best martial arts masters. He was an Ip Man like 1 through 5. Great at his craft as well. So seeing him in this I'm already hyped. And we ain't even 13 seconds into this. All right, let's keep going.
Maybe I'm wrong.
All right, AJ, that's his wife from the first one. You know that she dies like 5 minutes in, but she's part of the reason for the whole quest that he winds up going on. But that's his wife.
Okay.
To die. Maybe not.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
A new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Who is this? The Marquis de Gramont. Challenge him to single combat.
Oh, pause it.
Whoo.
So I've seen Donnie Yen, phenomenal martial artist. I've seen the Skarsgård dude. He's a great fucking actor. And that older guy we just saw, I saw him in American Gods. I know he's in a lot of other stuff. But I'm just gonna say great ensemble, great cast. It makes me feel like this is a dope project. And because everybody fucking loves John Wick, I'm intrigued.
Well, I was going to say, I think the guy, I forget his name, but I'm pretty sure he was Scorpion in the Mortal Kombat movie, and he was in Army of the Dead as well. I think he was one of the scenes they showed with the guy that was looking at the watch with, I'm assuming his wife was on there. So I think he's playing an assassin too. So again, they're getting everyone that has done great fight choreography, that has great acting. They're putting them in this movie, letting you know, hey, not a lot of talking unless it's central to getting to the next action scene. I think that for this one, they might do more of explaining how the table runs. So if you're an assassin, you're bound to what's called the table. It's like these families that pretty much form as an assassin's guild. And so everyone's under someone else's table. And so now that John Wick has gone on this quest and kind of disrupted the table, I think we're going to see more of the families representing the table in this movie. So I'm liking the direction where it's seemingly going, and it looks like there's this big build up to some kind of, more or less cataclysmic event. All right, going on.
Gotcha.
All right, cool.
It's a way out.
Oh.
I don't sit at the table. Your family does.
Please pray for me.
What? That they never said that his family sat at the table. So if they're saying his family's at the table, like that means that theoretically he could be running shit. All right.
I was the black sheep of the family.
Man, has to look his best.
All right. So Lawrence Fishburne, is also in this. He runs the Bowery. So basically, he's got what would you consider like the homeless assassins. He runs the underground part of the Assassins Guild. So
Hold on. What do you mean homeless? Like people out in the streets looking like homeless?
Yes, but
that's cool. That's dope,
bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Like they'll be saying stuff like, "Hey, man, they're gonna mess with your brain." Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
like bro, like, and Lawrence Fishburne actually runs this. Like he calls it the Bowery, but he's like, I am the Bowery, baby. Hey, it's so dope. That's what I'm saying. You don't get to this part until maybe the second one. But when they show him in there, like that's letting you know. This is also the problem people had with the Matrix 4, because they were like, well, if Lawrence Fishburne is in that one and he's been with Keanu Reeves in all these John Wick movies, is John Wick actually in the Matrix as another person?
Yeah.
And it was a great fan theory. Totally got
Okay.
messed up, but it was an awesome theory because they're doing kind of the same thing now that they were doing in the Matrix. So I digress.
John Wick in the Matrix.
Woo! It's getting suited.
Hold on, pause it.
Yeah.
So you saying the fan theory is this? We're watching the inside of the Matrix right now. So he thinks he's an assassin.
No. Before the Matrix Matrix, the latest Matrix movie came out, there was speculation that because it was on tap for John Wick 4 and the Matrix to come out around the same time, we thought that he was going to unplug from John Wick and find out, oh wow, John Wick is actually a simulation in the Matrix.
Okay.
And we thought that he was going to be jacked out of that, and they were like, oh wow, so we've been in the Matrix the entire time, so we can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Now when the Matrix movie came out, it kind of put it to rest, but it was a very awesome fan theory. I would have loved to have seen that happen. So I think for this scene, they're still underground, which is what Lawrence Fishburne runs as the Bowery. So that's why you can see it looks like it's the subway, but he's got painting and he's got fine art. Like he's got everything underground. And unless you're in the guild, you don't really know how the Bowery operates, which is amazing. Again, bro, you got to watch the second one when you find out more about the Bowery. Right?
The joke was really just like, I know the whole red pill, blue pill thing, like you stay in there or whatever. So if he gets taken out and he like, oh shit, I'm just a regular dude, robots coming out nah. Put me back in. Put me back in.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend. It's hard to die.
Look at that. I'm going to need a gun.
That is, I think that's the combat. That might be the combat master. It's a Glock 34 combat master from Terran Tactical. It was just a general Glock. They gave it to a guy named Terran Butler, who actually designs guns. He's like a world-class shooter. So when they gave him the gun for this, like he actually modded this thing out. So this is the one that I think was in maybe John Wick, I want to say 3 Parabellum. So I want to see what else they got in there, because I heard that there's another custom that's in this movie as well.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The gun is more expressive than Keanu Reeves.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I'm gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it slide. Okay.
All right.
The combat master is everything. Okay. I'm gonna let that ride. We got. So, I think part of this scene, if you go back to the third one of the guys that runs the table is out in the desert someplace, and he was the one that actually gives John Wick his marching orders in 3. So I'm thinking this is probably going back to where he was there.
Horsies.
If you win.
Huh?
Horsies.
This guy.
Wow. The table will honor its word.
Look at that. Bro. Tell me that's not the hotness right there.
That's not the hotness. That's typical. That's easy.
Come on.
I'm just saying, I'm not wowed by that.
You should be.
If I see the whole scene with Halle Berry, I'm sure that shit's beautiful. But just him,
yes. Nah, the dog was instinctual. He knew what it was for the master. Like, hey, I take care of my master here.
We'll have your freedom.
Under the old laws, only one can survive.
We're doing dueling pistols. 10 paces and turn around and pop a guy. I love this. We're going back to colonial times with it. Gentleman fight. Oh my goodness.
Failure to meet at sunrise will result in execution. Last words, Winston.
Just have fun out there.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm pausing it for copyright, but oh my goodness. Oh man. Okay. All right.
Enjoy it, man.
All right. So when he actually put the coat up there, he actually had some Kevlar lined into his suit. So technically, his suit is bulletproof. So So that's why he keeps holding it over his face like that.
I want you to find your peace, but the good death only comes after a good life.
Donnie Yen and the Scorpion dueling with the
Look,
katanas.
hold on. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out for a minute. I think one of my clients calling. Keep going.
Okay. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's so dope.
You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
Look at that katana and pistol gunplay. This is amazing right now. I mean, it's close quarters combat. You got the katanas flying. You've got evasion with an attack. I mean, this is such a beautiful, even pausing, this is a beautiful scene with Donnie Yen actually trying to evade and advance at the same time. This is beautiful right now. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I am so excited for this movie to come out. I absolutely cannot wait. Again, it's from a cinematic point of view, from an action point of view, from a Second Amendment enthusiast point of view, it's just hitting on all points for me. Even the female assassins that we saw, that look like it's a good 1-to-1 fight. That is done. That is enough for me, fanboy. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the chat with you guys on this one to make sure I caught some of this. Yeah, John Wick, take off your animation bias glass for a second and do it. Please watch it. It was fantastic. Ip Man would get the Indiana Jones move. Yeah, Ip would have into a fighting stance and John Wick shoots 8 dudes than Ip. I mean, I think he's going to be a little bit quicker than that. I honestly, I really hope he's going to be quicker than that, especially the way that they've built this up. It looks like there's going to be that scene where you're in a church talking about, what it means to actually duel to the death before actually going in and dueling to the death. We got Miralax like the one from the Matrix too. There are so many parallels between the Matrix and John Wick. It would have been nothing to say that they could have been one and the same. We got Gordon. Anyone gets to decide whether what we do is good or bad. Sometimes we dream of being a part of the solution, yet we lack the funds or talent necessary. It's harsh, but the truth. I feel you on that one on there. Let's see what we got from Fenrir. I miss the days of the Matrix. Great series that really helped put sci-fi back on the map. Absolutely did. And for even those that watched the Animatrix, kind of getting an in-between series, it was really great. So we get only Kojima could have made a Matrix John Wick twist theory like that work. We do. I mean, honestly, you should say that the newest Matrix didn't even come out. Holla at Kojima and do it the way all the fans think it should have worked, with John Wick and Matrix being one and the same. So here, part of life is figuring out what you can contribute at one's own level. Personally, I'm not going to tell anyone to sit down because they aren't holding the money. Very true, guys. You got to figure out in this life, kind of playing to your strengths. If it's, helping out via monetary funds, giving input, or even helping just to listen to a fellow creative give their ideas and saying, hey, from a consumer standpoint, would I want to read this? Would I support it? What would I need to clear up? What needs to be explained? Things like that. It doesn't always have to be your monetary input that really helps out with creators. It could just be your thoughts, opinions, and what you've seen works and what does not work. Let me see what we get here. Let's see. John Wick flipping the table over like a sore loser at Monopoly. Dempsey, you a fool. That is true. I mean, I guess that's the funny thing about them saying that, his part of his family was the table. I don't remember that ever being referenced. So it's a good, I guess, twist at this point. Because from my understanding, another John Wick 4 is coming out, but I think they've also greenlit John Wick 5. So I'm not sure how much more expansive this can get at this point, but I am very, very, very excited to see how far it goes. Let me see. Yes, Gordon, good brother. AG would have this reaction if this was a trailer for Dog. And yes, Hail the Lord, Scorpion versus Ip Man. This would have been the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero battle we should have gotten. If they ever do Mortal Kombat the right way, and I won't say that HBO Max wasn't the right way. It was a good attempt at a start. But if you say that you're gonna have Ip Man be Sub-Zero or even Noob Saibot, I'm okay with either one. But as long as I get to see Scorpion versus Ip Man, I'm all for it. I mean, that kind of fight right there for choreography alone, you would actually get 3/4 of the way in without Scorpion having to throw his chain dagger to get over here, and you wouldn't even have to have Donnie Yen hit him with the freeze, because the fight scenes alone would be well worth just watching without having to have any kind of CGI input.
Hey, bro, the HBO Max Mortal Kombat was some of the worst shit I've ever seen.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, I know. I said it was a good attempt to try to explain their power sets, but otherwise, like, the movie didn't make a lot of sense. Do you know what I mean? But then again, if you got Donnie Yen and I think it's Hanzo something to do Scorpion versus Hanzo, yeah, Hanzo and Donnie Yen in a fight scene where one is Sub-Zero and the other Scorpion, you'd get 3/4 of the fight through without even having to use any of their powers. Between the katana play, the blades, the actual choreography, and the actual
ice fist. Right. Oh my goodness!
Tiny. Yeah. So trying to fight off a katana in close quarter with a pistol is pretty improbable. I know it's probably improbable, however, not impossible. I will say that. And technically he's using what he's got, because he's using his strong hand for the sidearm, and the actual katana is going to be more of the distance to actually get the make distance off.
Talk about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're trying to fight off a katana in close quarters, you just got to stay out of more so arm's reach. If you think of the katana essentially as an extension of about maybe 24 inches, as long as you're out of that distance range, and he's got the Kevlar suit jacket to actually duck the ammunition, it's going to be a temporary blind. But if you've got established distance, you know the blade's not going to be anywhere near you, and the firearm that you're hitting that jacket is going to actually penetrate the skin.
Hold on. So that's what you meant by when you said his suit was bulletproof. You said it was Kevlar.
It's got Kevlar lined on the inside.
So look, hold on. So John Wick, with the limited technology he has, is able to create a bulletproof fabric, whereas you give Wakandans vibranium and they doing the same shit.
It just, that ain't nothing but fancy Kevlar.
Yeah, okay, all right, man.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, that's the main thing, is that you know, you don't need a lot to explain, because he actually gets his suits specialized. His gun, he has a gunsmith for all of his actual guns, and even if he can't get that, he goes to the Bowery. The Bowery's like, hey, yo, this is the only suit I got left. This Kimber has only 7 rounds in it. You gotta do what you gotta do with these 7 rounds, and he makes that work. And that's what I mean by getting the right choreography and a grounded story is way better for me watching John Wick than it would be Black Panther. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, let me see what we got here. My idea for the only way to do Mortal Kombat right now: 0 story, just fighting with the 1 or 2 minute intro setup, single episode standalone, so you can have the same character lose more than once. I mean, I guess, but then it would wind up turning into Masters from like the 90s. I'm not sure if y'all remember that show. It used to come on Saturday mid mornings. And you know, it was a scripted show, but it was supposed to be like in more or less real time. But I think it wound up kind of has the possibility to devolve into that, and I'm not sure how that would work with a budget. But I do believe that if you just show it in that regard and you throw people in there, it has a possibility to work. It's just going to take a good direction to do it. We got Gordon Goodbrother, or Well, we're common. I disagree, but I didn't say any of those things. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, y'all having the side chat on there, but yeah, we're pretty much caught up on the chat. But from what you've seen from the John Wick trailer, what do you think, man?
A lot of great people that I know,
Okay,
and some dealing with action. That's all.
What I mean,
it just looked like I was laughing at the trailer, bro, when he was like doing that, covered up with a little suit, like, you know, it's like a Batman thing. It's like, okay, this part might be bulletproof, but you still got the rest of this shit that can get shot up.
Well, I mean, it's like the main thing is, you know, and you know this because we've been to the range. You aim for center mass, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you got it turned to your moving target, like technically that center mass doesn't change. But if I turn it and let you see this, and I know that you're aiming for center mass, all I gotta do is kind of pick this up a little bit more, because
but he was like hunched over, so he just made his face in center mass at that point.
Right. Well,
so
if you
he
hold
just
it down
used
and up,
the sleeve to cover up the eyes.
Bro, you know, headshots are very difficult. We've done the range. Headshots are very difficult, even with a stationary target, let alone a moving.
Okay, a headshot is right here. My small head is above my center mass. As soon as I put my head down, I just put my head in center mass. I've just made my head an easier target. So now you can just shoot from my shoulder.
If I'm moving and evading, you can't necessarily catch the center mass on there. The only thing I have to aim for is kind of within that area, because it's still a moving target.
Bro didn't even put his suit jacket over his face like he was sneezing. I'm just having fun.
I know you are. I know, man. I need to get you into the watch. I'm gonna have you sit down and watch the movie with me. I know I might have to. It's gonna be, the first one is a little bit slow because it's really establishing the mystique of John Wick, and the second one is the fallout from the first, and the third is basically the fallout from the second. So he's constantly on the move, but it's like everything stems from the first video, and every subsequent movie is fallout from that. Which it's like I said, the third one is the fastest pace. The first one's gonna be the slowest, but the first one's my favorite just because of building and establishing the lore of who he is. And it was mainly it was a small world, and then by the third one, it just kind of blew up, which is good. It's just, you don't get that more intimate voyeur kind of view of John Wick that you did in the first one. If you watch it, it sounds better once you actually watch and understand that part, though.
All right, bro. We can watch it. Like I said, I'll watch it with you. Right. I hope I enjoy it more because you're there. But I just see Keanu Reeves just doing shit, just doing a whole lot of action.
And I will say this: if you can see Keanu Reeves, but it's more like looking at the way other people describe him as John Wick in the movie. Do you know what I'm saying? If you watch it from that point of view, and it's like, well, hey, I'm afraid of this guy. Like, why is he afraid? He's not really expressive, and that's kind of the point. The only expression he had was with his wife Helen, and the minute she died, and the minute what she gave him died with him, most, if not almost all of his humanity is gone. So he winds up being more or less not emotionless, but he's very focused because you took something from him.
He looks confused. He doesn't look like Blade, minus the shades, like intense look. This is my target. I'm gonna shoot that one, with style. He looks like I've been thrown into this and I'm capable.
Well, the thing is, that's okay. This is the thing. I don't want to spoil it for you for the first one. The first one is he's 4 years removed from the life, so he is confused because he's like, well, oh yeah, Winston's still here. Yo, the Continental's still here, but it looks different.
Still, just because he is confused, I'm like, okay, your face works for that movie.
That's what I'm saying. If you know Keanu Reeves, you're like, you looking confused based on what you told me, this works. Just like Kristen Stewart, her I Need to Pass Gas face looks great in the Diana remake she did. Or not the main remake, but the biopic of Princess Diana. She really did look the part. So I was saying, hey, this is when the broken clock's right twice a day. Like you're right. And that's why I think they made somebody John Wick, because his style of acting works for that movie. Like you couldn't make John Wick based on Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise would be too intense and too emotive.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's for him to only have 5 or 6 lines at a time, but the rest is just him moving with a very kinetic movie works.
All right, bro. You ain't got to sell me on it. I've committed to watching. I've been committed. You just never came through and was like, all right, it's that time. You never called in the commitment. So
I'm gonna send you one. All right, I'm gonna send you one of the coins from John Wick. Like, hey, it's time. Cash coins. All right, cool. All right, keep going.
I mean, it's John Wick. You done? That's all you got for that?
Oh, yeah, I am done. I'm done. We're caught up on the comments. Let's get to the next topic, man.
All right, Wakanda Forever. We ain't got to watch this interview. I'll save it for a fucking. I'll save it for another. I'll do an actual video on it. You want to go I don't even know where to start with this Wakanda Forever.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of rely on the chat for part of this. It's like, we love doing spoilers, but I mean, we can give you guys spoilers on what we've heard so far, and you guys can either confirm or deny that, or it's like, well, hey, just go in and eviscerate the movie from what we've heard. It's up to you guys on that one. I mean, I will tell you guys that from my point of view, I had problems with, since they told me who the big bad was for Black Panther 2, I had problems. And you guys can look at my channel on there that I talked about all the issues that I was having, mainly because they were trying to more or less reinvent Namor and say that these enemies call him Namor, but that's not really his name. So you guys can look back at the 3 videos that I did on Black Panther 2, because that's where it had my issues. But I mean, I guess we can say that, we can go back and forth on what our issues were at the very inception, and then we can kind of talk about, now that the movie's come out, what we've heard and where we have issues with that. Is that all right?
Well, we could just roll with it because you mentioned Namor, and this is kind of spoilers for my video I'm working on, but I'm gonna get it out the way. Namor should not be in this movie. There's no hate towards Hispanic people. I see them pulling the same moves that they did with the first Black Panther, where they made Namor this more cultural icon, and people are flocking to that. So with the first movie, they promoted it Black History Month, or it came out in February, and you had all the Africanness, all the cultureness going on, and a lot of Black people was like, I love this shit, I want to see it. I done told y'all I was one of the Black people that had my fucking dashiki on watching the movie, but I was one of the few Black people that knew a white guy created this Black character and Wakanda is not real. I want to see this comic character portrayed, whereas he was this Black icon for a lot of other people. So you couldn't recreate that with the second movie, so they did it with the Hispanic people. So now you have your cultural icon. We promote the movie in Hispanic Heritage Month, and to pull the Black people in, oh, you're paying tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
And you know what we're 2 weeks before, right?
What?
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Okay, colonization is bad. So
right. So it's 2 weeks before the day after Thanksgiving, which is Indigenous Peoples Day. So it's like they dropped the trailer around Hispanic Heritage Month, and then they also made the movie come out 2 weeks before Native American Heritage Day too. So it's just trying to round up all the people that aren't white to go and watch this movie.
So that's and Ryan Coogler is another issue that I have with this movie, because and I've said this about the director for the Mufasa movie coming out, and with Ryan Coogler before with the previous Black Panther. It's like the only credentials, the only movies that these directors have done is Black struggle. So now with the Black superheroes, that's all we see from their movies. We don't see a superhero, on this journey fighting a super villain, protecting people. None of that. It's always like real world issues that have to creep into the movie. So there's no escapism with it. So that's some of the few of the issues that I have with the movie. And I see people saying like Ryan Coogler did his thing. We felt this movie. It was emotional. And it's like, okay, well, that's what that director does. You feel things. You feel for the Black struggle. But at the same time, this movie is being compared to everything else that came out in Phase 4, which has been shit. So you're accepting this, but the bar is so fucking low that you like, this is fucking great, which is a strategy. They knew. Kevin Feige has even said this is the most important project of Phase 4 because it's the one that makes people feel things. This is the one that we marketed so well, and we have a tried and true method of getting people in to watch this movie.
So I will say Black Panther 2 and essentially Black Panther 1 is, I call that Sunday service. What I mean by that is going to see Black Panther, and correct me if I'm wrong, was the same day was like getting dressed for Easter service, right?
Yes.
You put on your best, was representative of the culture of the church that you attended. Everyone was there. It was more of a social event than anything.
Sister Jenkins gonna be up in there
with the hat.
Brother Lawrence.
Brother Lawrence is gonna be in there. You know what I'm saying? It was Sunday best. You knew the music was going to be on point because the choir.
You knew the music was going to be on point,
right?
Sister Washington get to sing her song,
right? Now, tell me if this is no parallel. Now we know the story, we know the glory, and you know that he died, but he rose again.
Yeah.
Because forever. I mean, praise Jesus.
Except this time he rose as a woman, as his little sister. You're right.
So at the end of it, you feel great.
Yeah.
But there was a reason I came to church, because Monday to Saturday, I could barely make it. Mm-hmm. And I understand that going to the Sunday service is a rejuvenation of my spirit.
Yeah.
But even the Bible has proverbs, rules to follow, foundation that you're supposed to remember. And that's not what some pastors will do on a Sunday service. They do to give you this emotional cathartic release to get you through the week.
Yeah.
But you can't keep living life that way. And so you're supposed to get the rules. You're supposed to leave with some kind of understanding. And that's what I think Ryan Coogler knows. So all I have to do is make you feel something.
Exactly.
And that's it. Story don't have to make sense. Nothing else has to make sense. All you have to do is feel something when you leave.
But the thing about church is you're supposed to fill yourself with that knowledge. Like you said, it's the rejuvenation. Okay, I'm good. I've been around my people. I'm ready to take on the challenges of the next week. I'm a superhero now. I'm back at my peak. Whereas this movie, from what I've seen, is just terrible. It's just tragedy. It's just loss. It's just sad. It makes you feel shit, but you're supposed to feel like a hero. You're supposed to come out the movie feeling empowered. You're supposed to be like, bro, I need to go hit my push-ups. I got to go be ready to protect my peoples, whoever those peoples are.
Right.
But this movie is not that. Again, with this black struggle, is you diminish these colored folks in this movie. It's like you're reminded that you're lesser. With Chadwick Boseman or with T'Challa, you're reminded that life is finite. My issue is this character, and yes, I'm going into my video, but Riri Williams is just the very next character. But in the movie of Black Panther, this dude was introduced in somebody else's movie. He was introduced in the white character's movie. So they tell you representation all day, but it's not honest. They don't believe in these characters enough to have them come out on their own. War Machine is already a tokenized Tony Stark. Iron Man, that was the best friend. That was the homie. We've seen that. It made sense back then. Why the fuck do we get black and female Iron Man with Riri Williams when you already got Pepper Potts as a fucking female Iron Man now? You already got a black one.
And Tony has a daughter.
Tony has a daughter.
She would have been the Iron Maiden. She makes the most sense as a legacy character.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're gonna have Riri Williams son her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, nah, son, back up.
Yeah,
it's Ironheart. It was like, but my mom knows how to operate Stark Tech. I'm the progeny of a genius and a planner. If there's anyone that'll be able to be the Iron Maiden and be smarter than you at an earlier age, it would have been their daughter.
So Riri is going to be the War Machine to Iron Man's daughter, possibly.
No, I think Iron Man's daughter is going to be the War Machine.
Yeah,
Ironheart.
But I'm saying, like, direct comparison. She's already the black byproduct of the character. So you couldn't even get the first black byproduct out the way with War Machine. We ain't really seen him really turn up in the movies. Falcon is another character. He was introduced in Captain America's movies. Where is his movie? You know, where are we sealing him as one of the greatest fucking SHIELD agents, one of the, great black superheroes? But no, he's been a team up character. Another character that I didn't think about during my video is Monica Rambeau. It's Photon, Captain Marvel. She was introduced.
OG Captain Marvel.
Right. So she was supposed to be here before Carol Danvers, but she got introduced as a part of Carol Danvers' story. So with Namor, so just like you introduced Black Panther in Civil War, which he was not a main plot point. Sure, he was, but they could have easily written it to where he was not in there. It was just Captain America versus Iron Man, and then that story and how those characters, be on opposite sides. So the Black Panther get introduced in that movie. He has one movie where he doesn't fight supervillains. It's black on black struggles. It's that shit. So he have to fight with this some real world aspects. And then in the next movie, I don't even call Black Panther 2. It's called Wakanda Forever because there is no Black Panther in it. There's a Shuri in the Black Panther suit, sure, whatever. But that character of the Black Panther is honestly not in there.
Right.
So that's been my issue. And now I see them doing the same shit with Namor. So it's not exclusive to black. All right. It's not exclusive to it's a woman thing as well, because these female characters, like I said, they're just getting pushed in these in the projects with the dudes, or like which the bait and switch.
Right.
We're gonna show you the dude, but really it's about the female. So it's like the misuse of all of these characters I'm seeing. And I just hate to see the tactic working. I hate to see black people that already got pimped, and now you about to pimp Mexicans. Whereas Namor deserved his own fucking movie. You're trying to push so much shit in this movie to where it takes away from the characters that you already have here, and you can explore that even more. From what I've seen, you don't even know shit about Wakanda. Like the issue with the herb thing. It's like, okay, Bast has already been acknowledged as an actual goddess.
Oh, yeah, Bast. Yeah.
In their world. Where's the spirituality of Wakanda? I've seen that Shuri saw Killmonger in that plane of existence. Well, come on, MCU. Why the fuck is she not praying to her God and we see Bast show up? Why did Bast not send her, girl, go to the promised land? There's more herb out there. Get that, you know what I'm saying? Get that good herb or whatever. I'm just saying, within the context of MCU, you could have done it better. Another spoiler, Ramunda dies. So why are we taking out all the black folk? You know what I'm saying? Whereas I can't think of no other fucking superhero that's losing family members left and right. And even if Chadwick Boseman is going to die, or T'Challa, see, I keep saying Chadwick, but the character is fucking T'Challa. If he's going to die, you saw Iron Man die. It was beautiful. It was a send-off. His death was to save so many others. And he had a funeral where all the heroes were present. From what I hear from this Black Panther movie, from Wakanda Forever, my fault, he dies of an unknown sickness. And we just send him off. Nobody at his funeral, no outsiders at his funeral. It wasn't a spectacular sacrifice for his people. It couldn't even, I don't know, back to the multiverse thing. He couldn't even go to the multiverse and, tell people I died or some shit. I don't know. Like, that's garbage, as I said, but there's no heroism in his death. It's just he out. Let's keep moving.
I will say this. So for, I guess I'm not gonna lie, guys. Since we're on spoilers, I'll give you guys the post-credit scene spoiler, because it ties into what you said about a way out of this, right? So I talked to Stuntman. I'm going to try to have Stuntman on later at some point, and we'll talk about it. But he told me that the post-credit scene is about them revealing that T'Challa has a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so from that, you could have said that, hey, T'Challa's not dead. He went to find the answer to the universe, or he was recruited, and he told them to tell everyone that he died, and then you could say that, hey, he's being changed by going to the multiverse. You could bring him back as a recast, and like, you don't look like you. It's like, well, hey, I've kind of been going to the multiverse. It changes you. And so that would have been a way to recast him, say that he's not dead, have him come back with the knowledge of, hey, I'm in the Illuminati now. So technically, to everyone else, I'm dead, but I'm actually going off of secret missions trying to save the multiverse. Instead of using Kang the Conqueror, you actually do that. The problems that I was having wasn't necessarily with Black Panther. It was more so with the casting of Namor, right? I did the video on it. The fact that they're calling it Tlalocan. If you're Tlalocan, then you technically live in the Garden of Eden, more or less, right? Which is a paradise. And I understand that the herb that they wind up finding is in Thalokan. Only problem I have with that is that if you have this kind of herb to give these special properties to the people that live there, then technically it's not a paradise, and it's not Atlantis either. It's something different. Thalokan was supposed to be a place that you went after you died. If you died of either dysentery, you drowned, or were hit by lightning, you go to Thalokan, and it's a paradise, which means that it's on another plane of existence, or it's another dimension. It's not some kind of underwater world.
Yeah.
So if it could have been this phantasmic place if you told me they were Atlantean, but when you change it to make them Tlalocan, now we're trying to bring heaven to earth, and it's not necessarily going to transition well. Also, the fact that I was looking at one of Nerdrotic's tweets, and underneath it, people were commenting that if you make them Latino and they're underwater, there is a slur associated with people that are Latin America coming over the border, and they're wet. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know what that slur is, but the fact that you made them Latin American and they're coming up out of water, it's like it's too on the nose for the slur of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wetbacks.
Oh, okay. We gonna throw that up there. Okay.
Bro, I think we said it already on previous videos.
Okay.
I know I did.
Okay.
But even with the black folks, spear chuckers.
Chuckers. Yep.
Apparently, from what I'm hearing, is people are loving, Okoye with that spear. Okoye with that spear. And it's like, now me personally, I like the tribal shit. I would love I'm not mad at it, but it's like I'm not seeing people question it. Like, hey, like I was doing with House of the Dragon. Hey, I see the racism. It's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take nothing away from you, but I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing with them crows, Disney. It's like people are not acknowledging it. So it's like it has this skin where people just go past it. Now, I was saying, like, thinking about this again, I'm not mad at the tribal shit. I would love to see, like, who's his name? Daniel Kaluuya, his character with the Rhino tribe or whatever. I would have loved to see in a series these people actually working with their rhinos, or you seeing a relationship to their animals. And then in a series, you explore that. But then in a movie, oh shit, now we got vibranium armor on our mounts, like on our rhinos. Give them a little vibranium tip on the rhino, or maybe the head rhino gets that shit. It's like you can explore that world more with that. Why are we not seeing
expansion
shit
of the world?
If T'Challa didn't have two Black Panthers, I want to see Shuri with two fucking Black Panthers.
Right.
That's a show of strength. Like you're talking about Halle Berry with her two Belgian Malinois. That's how you show a woman using what she got to be great. Okay, well, I'm not a powerhouse. I'm just gonna shoot a motherfucker. But at the same time, while I'm shooting you,
don't get too close.
Them Panthers gonna be on your ass. And then while they ripping you to shreds, I just come with that boo, and then the little Sonic shit blow your head off. It's like there's ways to do this MCU that they want, but it's so lackluster. Like the fact that, again, spoilers, Shuri has defeated Namor. Shuri, who we ain't seen got no battle training, has defeated this dude who was considered a fucking god warrior in his world. They claiming him to be as strong as Thor and Hulk and whatnot, depending on how much water he got. I mean, those dudes been watered down, especially the Hulk, but it's like, how? This is what I mean. People, these female characters are just showing up and showing out. It's like, damn, broad, how did you get to that point? T'Challa wasn't even that great. T'Challa was losing to regular dudes.
Right. And that's
how your ass come out the woodwork beating gods, or coming out the jungle beating gods.
Well, here's the weird thing also, right? If we think in terms of kingdoms, right? We can contrast this with House of the Dragon, right? Mm-hmm. Both kingdoms are patriarchal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Patriarchal, right? Which means that you can be queen, but it's going to demand that you have a king.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem that we saw in House of the Dragon is what happens when you announce a queen and you have a younger son, and you know it's patriarchal. So the minute you have that decision to make, you have conflict in your own war of the crown, which is what we saw in Game of the Thrones. Rhaenyra was supposed to be the next queen because her father said, "Hey, I'm letting you know 20 years in advance she's going to be the queen." But then he has a son, and they're saying, "Well, hey, our rules dictate it's got to be the son." And so when the son Aemon is declared king in front of everyone else, Rhaenyra is like, well, now we have to battle to see who's going to actually rule this kingdom, because there cannot be a separate king and a separate queen. Contrast that with Black Panther 2. You told me it's 6 to 12 months after Endgame. And if that's the case, and you told me that you don't necessarily have to be in the same bloodline to challenge for the throne, why the hell did M'Baku not step up and say, I challenge Shuri to ritual combat, because she does not know how to fight, and you can't use anything that you that gives you a technological advantage. So if we're fighting witch with spears and sticks, and you're 112 pounds, and I'm well over 240, I am the gorilla of my that represents the gorilla clan, and I know how to fight. Why am I not going to take on the weakest member of the Black Panther party, take them out, assume control of the kingdom, rule both sky and land because he's up in the mountains, and then I am now the defender of Wakanda forever? That's what it should have been, because that's how kingdoms actually run. Hey, Ramunda, you can be my queen. And that means Shuri is now the princess. So if we go, now she's a queen that has to choose her king, unless she's going to defeat them in ritualistic combat. So the fact that he died, that T'Challa's character, T'Challa himself, dies, and there's no direct challenge to the throne from now that you're well known, there's no challenge from even outsiders. So technically, this movie could have been avoided if Namor pulled up and said, "Yo, I challenge Shuri to ritualistic combat." It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I get up on his wings and throw that spear. It's over, and I rule land and sea, unless M'Baku is chosen as the leader of Wakanda to represent him against Namor in ritualistic combat. This thing's a wrap.
Before we even get to that point, though, supposedly Namor has vibranium. He has a god that blessed him with a fucking herb or some shit. So you just copied the fucking Black Panther story. So now neither of these groups are as great, fantastical, exclusive as you want them to be. So again, why is this dude in here? You're not doing him justice by putting him in this movie and giving him basically the same fucking story. But also with that, we acknowledge that there are gods. There are spiritual characters out there with an influence on the material world, on our world. So again, Bast, why is she not blessing Shuri or talking to Shuri or telling her where there's more herb? The great ape, M'Baku, why is he not channeling the power of his ape god? Because they don't worship the same fucking gods. I'm sure there's like I think there's a pantheon, and every village, like, this is our chief god. This is the one who it's
Tlaloc. That's what I'm saying. You named it Tlaloca, but no one's actually praying to Tlaloc.
But that's for Namor. I'm talking about for the Wakandans. But with Namor as well, because you want to put that spiritual, that godhood on Namor, you takes away from the spirituality of those people, and you've basically made Namor greater
than the god.
In theory, yes, than a god, than what he should be. Because like I said, now you got Shuri fighting a god. It don't fucking make sense. Her big brother that was more trained, more experienced, struggled with regular dudes. And with the race relations thing, instead of making it brown on brown, people in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong or tell me, give me more context. But was the white wolf even in this movie? We talked about it. We said he should be there, but it don't even seem like he was in the fucking movie. In a series, that's how you would have shown T'Challa grow as a king, or you see the ramifications of we've opened ourselves to the outside world. Because now you got the white wolf there, which he should have a fucking white suit, the hot soup Zarazi people. He was supposed to be that. And then you see M'Baku and him, because M'Baku was like, bro, your ass been out there, you done opening us up to these people. Not only that, you let one of them in here. It shouldn't be colonizers, white man bad. It should be this dude is here in our spot, and he's given the same privileges as well as a fucking suit that I've been fighting for as M'Baku within the actual rules of our people. So that's the race issue that you should have. But then there's a redemption story. You see T'Challa growing as a king because I have to accept this dude that killed my father. You have Shuri I have to again. You can save the White Wolf. You can save the Winter Soldier. You can save the agent
Adopted
dude.
brother. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the agent dude. Agent, not Asian. But you couldn't
Okay.
save your brother from the supposed disease. But yeah, showing T'Challa like, okay, what are the consequences of him letting folks in? But then that shows how the White Wolf is fighting to prove himself to these people. But you take M'Baku, which if you're not going to make him a super villain like he was, well, he's a villain in this aspect because he hates this dude and he causing issues still in Wakanda. Although he respects T'Challa, his hate for the outsider matches that. So you explore M'Baku more and you see that actual brotherhood forming amongst these characters. Then fast forward, you see Wakanda forever because we've explored Wakanda in these series. We didn't let y'all know the technology. Shuri has figured out the fucking quantum realm. And then, like I said, T'Challa has to go into the multiverse and figure that shit out. Things going on. That's another plot point. Why you have he didn't like basically set the tone like, all right, Wakanda, again, we're brotherhood. We here, we all together as a people, and you see them have to fight together against. I don't want to say against Namor, but whatever threat that you put in that movie, because again, Namor shouldn't even fucking be here.
No.
But that way, if you have T'Challa in the multiverse, then okay, he's seeing things. All right. Now he can go and consult with those other minds in the Illuminati. And because they butt heads, they're not all on one accord, but they're like, we're the smartest people. We're the most intelligent minds. What are we going to do? Basically, we're going to form this group so that we can be aware of multiversal threats and we can try to stop them before they even actually get to our worlds and it becomes a problem.
That's the all new Avengers. That's what I was telling you about. The book that I was telling you about, that's what they actually do. They
Yeah.
stop at incursion points and they wind up meeting different versions of multiverses of their selves. But that's what I'm saying. You're saying an actual storyline that's actually really good. And that should be how you make these movies. Do you know what I mean? That we're so above this. We don't do anything that's not world ending on a multiversal level. Anything else,
Agreed.
y'all take care of that. But the multiversal threats, that's us. Unless they're saving that for the Fantastic Four, it's a vastly untapped. I guess it's an untapped place where you can go with the writing and plot points to explain why certain characters are off world or why they're not there when certain events are happening.
And that's this is different but not my issue with DBZ. Goku and Vegeta and Broly are so fucking out there that you got to get these dudes off Earth. They need to go be fighting. They need to go fight dudes in space that are a real threat before they even get to Earth. And you leave Gohan, Piccolo, and all the Z fighters, raise Goten and Trunks up, you know what I'm saying, and have them fighting earthly threats. But yeah, that's kind of the same issue that they're having. But yeah, that's an easy way that you could have bypassed or worked with this whole Chadwick Boseman died thing, and actually created a great fucking story. And that what I pulled up, Dempsey said, if it isn't T'Challa, Aurora Monroe should be ruling.
But I can't do that though. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel you, but I'm saying how by taking Ramonda out, you lose all of the black energy that you want because she could have seen her son get married to Storm, and she's there for the wedding. Ooh, that's my baby. A black lady gets so proud when they son bring in, you know, this good woman that's gonna do right by her man, go cook and all that type of shit. So when she see that type of power be brought into the kingdom, again, that's some of that black people energy that you want to capture. But instead of giving us positive Ryan Coogler, it's all detrimental. It's all black struggle. What you got?
No, I was gonna say, even if I don't know why they didn't, after Black Panther 1, just immediately jump into production for Black Panther 2. Because I mean, even if it was rushed, you could have filmed to the point where he does meet Aurora Monroe as, you know, she was technically the goddess of her village. It used to be that Professor X was the one that said, hey, you're not a goddess, you're actually a mutant. You can just control the weather. And then she's like, okay, and I need to learn more about these power sets. Then she joins the X-Men. If you're not going to go that route, you could have gone the road that, hey, Aurora meets T'Challa because they're both fighting during Endgame. She was called into service because she heard the cries of her people. She fought against Thanos, and that's how they met on the battlefield. You know, they wind up getting married. And after, you know, T'Challa actually dies or has the death, you could say that, hey, I came to this as his queen. Without my king, I don't really have a home. But I know that I can help other people that are like me. And I met this man that was saying, hey, there's a special place for me. I need to go. Hey, Ramonda, Mom, I'm sorry. I have to go. Shuri, you're next up. I have to go. And then that's her introduction to the MCU. That's her introduction to X-Men. And that brings up Shuri to actually be the Black Pantheress, you know, without it seeming like she's pushed into service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have been with that for and you know, everything goes back to like Endgame, or it's like, well, why didn't this person step up when Thanos' army came? You know, we talked about, well, why the fuck Namor didn't come out and be like, hey, Thanos, you're threatening my peoples. He's so strong. Like I said, bro, if he would have summoned a fucking typhoon or, you know, some shit, he could have took out a lot of characters. But you only get that with being on the same page, thinking all of this shit through. And I don't think Marvel is doing that. Or there's so many, what is it, like cooks in the kitchen, to where you know, you get what I'm trying to say. You can't come up with something cohesive, something linear, something that actually takes into account all of the aspects, everything that we've introduced in this world so far. Where are they in this point of time?
Right.
But I mean, what was another point that I was trying to make? Oh yeah, so the White Wolf shit, the spirituality, not seeing that in a Wakanda Forever series. Yeah, we should be exploring more of Wakanda. Yeah, I'm down with the tribal stuff. I would love to see Black folks actually working with the goddamn animals. Supposedly Namor was talking to the whales and the, you know, sea creatures and whatnot. Well, why the fuck it's like, why are these two cultures, civilizations battling for the same exclusivity? Because then it's not exclusive anymore. Yeah, like, you know, seeing what are the other cultures in Wakanda? All of those people who was at that meeting, you know, the dude with the lip, the old lady who had the hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are those people? What are their people? I was looking up. I wasn't even a Black Panther fan growing up, you know, since I'm a furry and whatnot. He wasn't furry enough for me. I wanted to see actual Word Panther Man come out. And that's my issue with the character in the movies. I didn't see enough of that. I just saw a man standing up, fighting martial arts, and he got claws. I didn't really see any of the cat-like reflexes, the, you know, this dude supposedly
agility,
all of that type of shit. Like, dude, again, his issue or his gimmick was, I take damage and can exert it. Well, motherfucker, you shouldn't be getting hit. You got the reflexes to not be getting hit. But then, like, the dude studied abroad, learned all these different martial arts. Where is that shit in the movie? It's not exclusive to Black Panther. That's my issue with all these heroes. They supposedly know all these martial arts, but you don't see that in the portrayal of the character. You know, multiple weapons master. Yet when he was doing his trials of combat, he just looked like any regular dude with a fucking spear and a shield or a sword, whatever the fuck he had. I'm not. So yeah, he already wasn't the T'Challa that I wanted. He was a very watered down, kind of passive version of himself. But yeah, even in their own series, in his own world, you don't see that more. You know,
you don't see the command.
You don't see the command. Like, think how great would it have been to see T'Challa, a Black Panther, to see Shuri as a Black Cub, I don't know, whatever fucking name they want to give her, White Wolf in a suit, more wolf-like, you know, more elongated nose. But this was the assassin Anbu Black Ops type group. Like, this dude has fucking guns, and once he run out of ammo, then it's hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, what this shit's weird as I say it, but what if he had a fucking wolf tail that was a sword that he could take off? I'm getting crazy with it, but to see that again next to M'Baku, who he has where's his gorilla suit? They didn't want to put him in the ape suit because of racial reasons, but fuck that. You know, he done prayed to his God. Give him a little spiritual, astral little projection over himself. I want to see that gorilla strength. He should have been in a power struggle with Namor at some point. Again, not in this movie, but you get to see that shit out. You get to see that later on. Yeah, the Ambu. We had the Ambu Black Ops in Wakanda, but you don't see them. So again, I'm asking y'all, was the Winter Soldier even in this goddamn movie? They called him White Wolf at the end of Wakanda Forever. Did we just drop that plot point?
I think they did.
See, bro, we're this again. They don't think about the shit that they put in these movies. We're doing more thinking, more thought than this shit, and that to me is disrespectful. That's how you know that these projects are not in the hands of fans, because fans will be like, I need to see a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? I need to see a lot of these elements in these movies. I need to see this stuff explored in Disney Plus with these series. I've heard people say, why the fuck was Falcon not helping in Wakanda? You know, since we got to throw the black people in there, where the fuck is War Machine? Why is Riri Williams not, I don't know, just his daughter or some shit that takes on the technology?
Well, I was gonna say even that. I heard that Riri Williams is from Boston. She goes to MIT or something like that, which I had a problem with, because where did they go at the end of Black Panther, the first one? Where'd they go?
Oakland.
Right.
To the hood.
So given the fact that that's where they showed up, why is she from Boston? When you could have easily said that the programs that you created that were Wakandan in Oakland actually has someone that comes out of that successful, and she's earned an invitation to Wakanda to learn from them. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You set it up to the fact that if I see someone black show up that's not a Wakandan, I'm assuming she's probably from Oakland, because that's where you set up shop in the United States. You're telling me she's from Boston, and I don't understand how she winds up getting this invite to Wakanda. I'm pretty sure if I see the movie, that's going to be there. However, I'm just saying it makes way more sense. It's easier to explain that, hey, she's actually one of the students that we helped fund in Oakland.
Right. And we talked about that. Supposedly the reason she's important, she created a device that detects vibranium, which led the government or people to realize that there's vibranium here in this area. And Namor was like, oh shit, this is my area. Y'all coming to me. So he's trying to kill Riri Williams. Why are random ass people just as fucking smart? And we're not even using the characters that we already have that are established as smart. But at the same time, like you're saying, where's that whole scholarship shit? Where's that helping the hood bullshit that y'all put out? Ryan Coogler, Black Struggle. Where's all that shit? She should just be a regular ass fucking smart person. But then they cherry picked her. Hey, come get your ass over here in Wakanda, because we were opposed to the outside world, but we can get a few of y'all over here instead of letting the floodgates open. Sure, this is the one we choose. And then you work with her or something along those lines. It's not I stole Iron Man technology and made this, or somehow I just created a fucking vibranium detecting device. Do regular people even know about vibranium? How do you know the properties of vibranium to create a device to detect it? Especially detect it at the bottom of a fucking ocean?
At 17? At the age of 17?
Yeah.
Stop. There's no way.
These are some phenomenal women.
That's what I'm saying is, like, I was talking to Justin Ice about it, and he was telling me the original comics, T'Challa was saying, hey, I need to learn about the outside world. no one else knows what vibranium is, so I'm just going to sell it. He sold vibranium to actually travel the world and be trained so that he could actually be prepared to take down the Fantastic Four. So I don't know how you're telling me a 17-year-old that has never seen the properties of vibranium, let alone know what it is, actually create a device to not only detect it on land, but several thousand meters under the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you do that without explaining, she's from like a diving family on top of being a super genius.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that was your plot point to introduce Riri Williams, Tlalocan, and Wakanda. That's too flimsy of a thread.
Yeah, for funny. Kugler and his co-writer forgot they made up the after-school program. It's like, damn, Kugler, you don't even care about the hood. As soon as you could in the next movie, you forgot about them. You forgot about the hood, bro. Speaking of that, though, so Killmonger shows back up, right? But he's on the ancestral plane that Shuri goes and talks to. Now, that's just retarded because I would think the same way that they're trying to give Namor this backstory, this history of this person came in or these people came in and fucked up life for me. Killmonger came in and fucked up life for the Wakandans.
Everybody, yeah.
So why does Shuri not hate this man? Why would you see him in an ancestral plane? I don't care if she's mad or whatever. As opposed to what you said. Okay, when his ass jumped into the ocean, Namor could have been like, oh, you hate them Wakandans? Let me use that. Let me welcome you. Yeah, let your hate flow. Let me welcome you to my people. And then he gets used for something else, or he becomes something else. Just like we got that outsider white dude in Wakanda. Now you got this outsider black dude in Namor. But we explore that later in Namor's movie. And then he be an after credit scene with Killmonger, where you have the what's a black tipped reef shark. That's too long of a name, but black shark, something shit. If we're gonna recycle themes, bro, don't recycle people dying.
Exactly.
T'Chaka died for Black Panther, for T'Challa to go. Killmonger's dad died for him to, spur him into action. Ramunda dies for Shuri to be spurred into action. Like, let's not recycle the negative shit. Let's recycle some of the good stuff. And at this point, you don't even have to because they didn't skip over decades of storytelling in comic books. So as far as the argument of this ain't in the comics, they didn't bypass that. They'd hey, it's in this recent comic that came out. So now let's fuck it. Let's go all the way with the adaptation, but make it make sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kugler's girlfriend got on him for not having Latinos in the first movie.
Is that what happened? Black. I think she's black and Filipino, so it kind of makes sense.
That's Asian though, right?
I mean, it is, but it's more like Pacific Islander, if that makes sense. So,
bro, real talk, I would rather see Namor be on some. No, that's Jason Momoa already. Never mind. That's already his Aquaman. Man, you got any more thoughts to get out on this movie?
Nah, man. I think I might talk a little bit more about it with the stuntman because he actually went to go see it. But as far as what we've done on this stream, that's all I got for that. Until I get some more information about it, that's kind of all I got.
All right, Nosferatu. Filipinos have a strong Latino slant to them. Some speak Spanish and have names like Jose and shit. All right, well,
like Jose Alejandro, John Paul, it kind of leans that way too.
All right, people, we passed our 2-hour mark by a whole 37 minutes. We winding down. We vented about Wakanda forever. Again, we don't have to pay money to see these characters bastardized or to see the the butt fucking of our characters. Just in conversation, you can see how garbage it is. Dempsey said versus discussion. Ego, you got time for it?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. I got a few.
What you got?
Yeah.
What you got, Dempsey? Who's your versus? Nosferatu. I stay cynical. We're being too literal. Man, we having fun. And us having fun, being critical. We coming up with great fucking ideas that I would love to have seen on the screen. This whole Illuminati shit that I just brought about. Hey, that's how you introduce the Illuminati. You don't bring them in and have Scarlet Witch kill them. You bring them in, show them they big bags. You keep Hulk strong. Now you're trying to explain this man having a fucking kid that's a fucking teen now. You establish the Illuminati, and then you have him on Sakaar. Y'all, I'm bitching about the Hulk. That's one of my favorite superheroes.
I'm not gonna let that go.
But he fights that Illuminati when he comes back. He fights T'Challa's Black Panther. He fights. He confronted Professor X. Professor X was not present during the time to make that decision. So as he goes out and take out Black Bolt and Iron Man and with Mr. Fantastic, before then he talks to Professor X and he fights the X-Men because he's like, I'm gonna get to Professor. You gonna answer my question, bro? Did you try to send me off to that planet or not? How would you have voted? And then that's some real conflict between characters. That's real relationship between characters that we can explore, but we don't get. All right.
Yeah, I got some of his ones on here. The one that he had here was he had Namor versus Aquaman, or even Black Panther versus Batman.
What Namor are you talking about? Dempsey? This Namor? I think. Well, just looking at feats, Namor just lost to a little girl in a suit. So I highly doubt he can beat Jason Momoa's Aquaman that had just proved himself to some underwater god with his magical trident and all that shit.
He put this up there though.
Neurotic claim Marvel couldn't do a real Namor because Universal has the rights to the real one. Agreed, but even with that, why do? From what I've heard, Shuri rips off the little wing feet of Namor.
Dang, fam.
I don't like Namor's wing feet. They're weird to me, but it's like, why do you have to shit on that character? Why do you have to say my enemies call me Namor? It's like, why do you have to shit on the character in the process? Just to differentiate him from that. You know, with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they did Quicksilver dirty, but you didn't shit on original Scarlet Witch in the process of Emily Olsen. What is her name? Her character, Elizabeth Olsen. You didn't shit on previous Scarlet Witch, so why we gotta shit on everything that made Namor in order to make this character, within the rights to be able to use them? Comic book wise, hell, Lord says Namor would kill Aquaman. I don't know shit about those characters. I think, and I told y'all this, I like the death battle Black Panther versus Batman. So it could have been cool to see Black Panther versus Blade or some shit. Like, there's a Dr. Voodoo, a black dude on some magic that we haven't explored. There are other magical people in Wakanda. Well, and I know you don't like throwing all the black people together, but Blade is the only supernatural character so far that they haven't introduced him. But he's going to Africa to fight this threat. He stumbles upon Wakanda. Him and T'Challa get into it, and now they homies. I'm not mad at it. I would have had fun with it. Wait, which side of Wakanda versus Atlantis would Miles Morales side with?
Atlanticonda.
Miles Morales is with the terrestrial Hispanics. He has no connection with the underwater folk. So Namor wouldn't be fucking with him no way. You one of them air breathers. Your ass spray painting everything and getting chemicals in the air and shit, and then the water cycle, that shit ends up coming down to my water. Now, there's an actual thing in art school. We had to dispose of our art chemicals. Like you couldn't let it run off into the sewer because of that. So there you go. I just let you know, John. Miles Morales is a fucking villain to the MCU's Namor. So he gonna have to be with the Wakandans. He's smart as well. He would have been one of the fucking students to get the scholarship. They get to go to to go to Wakanda. There you go. Captain Marvel versus Suffrage. I don't know Suffrage.
Bro, that's women's right to vote.
I'm thinking that's a real fucking character out here.
I mean, for Marvel, it probably was.
Captain Marvel, she gonna shut this shit down. She's like, I ain't gotta vote for nothing. It's my way or the cosmic way. I throw your ass up here in these stars. What, bro?
I was gonna say I gotta get ready to bounce, man.
You said you had time, bro.
I said I had about 10 minutes.
All right. Look, y'all, I know we be trying to do the question. Yeah, it's ego fault. Blame him.
I apologize. We'll have to get to this next fluid faster next time.
Okay. So what you want to do? How we ending this? How we getting out of here? Yeah, I hate to leave y'all. I hate to leave y'all so abruptly.
Honestly, if y'all can, throughout the week for those of y'all that are on Twitter or even on YouTube, throw us out, a question that we could do for our poll of the day so that we can actually have a focused one instead of kind of just throwing it out there. So if y'all throw our ats in Twitter or on YouTube, just let us know, like, hey, I saw this video. What do you think about this versus or this poll? Like, that would definitely help us out too and make us have more of a cohesive question of the day or poll of the day.
Yeah, because we do be just kind of random with this, and it just comes to us. I just want to see Spawn show about the MCU, DCU. Yeah, I can only imagine how much of a bitch they're gonna make Galactus. Hey, he was a bitch in the Fox versions. He wasn't even a person, a thing. He was a
fart cloud.
He was so Galactus will use they them. Yep.
Agreed.
Hal's been up in here, said great show. Yeah, man, y'all, we gotta wind it down. Me and E gonna have to. What's the time thing, y'all? Yeah. I will be doing the personal stream throughout the week. I will get that shit together so I can just sit here and just shoot the shit with y'all and kind of get y'all thoughts, for this show on the weekend and see what's going on. So all of that's in the works. I got a video coming out. Try to get that out by today about this Wakanda forever. You got something to say, bro? Probably not.
No. I was gonna say thank you guys for joining in the show. If y'all got time, go to Cannoli Sasquatch's merch store. I ordered my shirt last night, sir. So when that comes out, you already know I'm gonna hype you up on that one. So if you got a chance, support your YouTube creators, especially if they got merch on there. And that's pretty much all I got from me, man.
Okay. Well, he announced it last night. I missed the stream. Sasquatch. Yeah. My bad, bro. I catch them just later though. Anybody's I miss. But yes, John, another good show, guys. Appreciate you, bro. See you both on Thursday for the Ice and Breakdown.
Agreed.
Ego, that's your job, bro. You're supposed to be on this. No, John, you a mod, so you could have been dropping your link. Mods, remember that. Remember, drop your shit throughout the show.
Promote.
But yeah, we will be on his show Thursday to talk about
Isom.
Some fucking Isom. Some Isom people.
6:30 Central, guys, on Thursday night.
Okay. I don't know what that means. I'm retarded. All right, y'all. We out. We leaving. Let me play this intro, outro for y'all. It's been fun. It's been great. Y'all are fucking amazing. Y'all bring the heat.
Catch y'all later.
We out. I'm gonna knock these stickers off. Stays around, stays in our vote.